What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Better Take Podcast. This is episode number 29, and we're here with a very fucking special guest. This is like one of the ones that you guys have requested like crazy since the conception of this podcast. We have Christian Ricketts here.
What's good, y'all?
Even saying your name is kind of weird. I always say
I feel like nobody knows me by Christian.
Yeah.
So, yeah, SWOLE Ricketts.
Yeah. Welcome, man. Welcome. We were just talking about the game, so like...
Yeah.
You say you got the Chiefs, right?
Yeah.
And you're from
Kansas City.
Kansas City. That's so
born and raised. That's why it's kind of like I'm not a bandwagoner, you know.
Yeah.
I've been around since the Matt Castle, the Alex Smith days, you know,
That's
like
crazy.
for a minute.
Jamal Charles and shit like that.
The Dwayne Bowe days, you know what I'm saying?
Dwayne
So like
Bowe's
it's been a minute. So
yeah.
I've seen a lot of down years. So now that we up, I can say that I've been around, you know.
Do you genuinely got the Ravens though? Like, do you really have the Ravens? I mean, do you really have the Chiefs?
Oh, 100%. I think the Ravens are a better team, yeah.
Okay.
But I can't count out Patrick Mahomes.
Okay.
So it's like that's kind of what I'm thinking. The Ravens definitely got a better all-around team, but I think when it gets down to it and Patrick Mahomes got to make a play, he gonna make a play.
I feel you.
And if they show Taylor Swift more than 3 times, then you know the game's over.
Yeah, I think so. I got the Ravens just because the Ravens defense is good.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it's their year. I don't know. I just feel like with that, I think it's like the number 1 defense, right, in the NFL this year. Something like that.
No idea.
Something like that, yeah. So then, I don't know. I just think that they might edge it out. But Patrick Mahomes is like, he's too clutch. I don't know. They're starting to make shit happen. So it's going to be interesting to see like if that game is going to play out the way.
It's going to be good. I know, I think they said one of our guards is out with some type of like pectoral something. So the line might be shaky, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Should be good.
I think, just wanted to say before we actually start talking on the podcast, I mean, a motherfucker went 4-0. You know, well, I went out on the limb and said the Chiefs are going to beat the Bills last weekend.
That's like a limb?
Huh?
That's out on a limb?
It was, yeah. I don't think anyone had the Chiefs winning really last weekend.
It's cap.
What was the over-under on it? Was it like...
I don't pay attention.
I feel like the Chiefs were underdogs in that particular game.
They were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen Josh Allen play, and like they're just like one of those people that always find a way to not make... Or like they always find a way to make it fucked up for themselves.
That sounds like the Chiefs.
Yeah, really? You think so?
Yeah, I feel like the Chiefs always stabbing themselves in the back.
Damn. You know what? You're a homer, and the way I look at it, it's like the Chiefs always find a way to win because of Patrick. But you're probably looking at every single minute detail.
Bro, I'm telling you, the Chiefs. It's something about the Chiefs is like it can be looking so great, somebody's gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so shit, we got fucking Christian on the podcast. We was putting a lot of pressure before we started. Like it's gonna be one of them big ones.
Hey, we're gonna see. I think it should be. So.
Yeah, man. But how you been?
I ain't gonna lie, life been hectic.
Yeah.
Like since graduating, since moving and everything. Like this is the longest that I've been in Houston for other than the summertime for like a consistent period of time since I moved. So like still trying to get things back on track and like figure out a real schedule and figure out, you know, what I plan to do since being here and everything.
Yeah.
So no, life's been hectic, but life's been good too. I've been blessed, you know, like
I was gonna say too, because I think we had this conversation. Like you just graduated college.
Yep.
Yeah, congratulations by the way.
Thank you.
Coming from a college dropout. But you just graduated, and I feel like I don't know if like people that graduate college talk about this, but like there's that awkward period where you're still trying to figure out like what your routine is going to be going forward because your life was so structured before.
Yeah.
It's like class, maybe study, gym.
And I literally made a video on this talking about how like weird it can be to say that you have to get used to having freedom.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like you had so much structure in your life, especially like me being on prep and doing bodybuilding and being in school and everything. Like my day was set from the minute I woke up, you know, like I know exactly what I'm doing. And now it's kind of like, what am I supposed to do today?
Yeah.
You know, and then sometimes you get caught with the mindset of you want to do so many things and then you can't do anything because now you're so stuck with trying to figure out what all you can do. You got so many options and it's like, then you end up not doing a thing, you know? So it's kind of been a little bit of that, a little bit of, you know, trying to just find a way, but it's been good though.
Do you ever find yourself feeling stagnant? Because I remember, like on a small scale for myself, I dropped out of college, and I remember that weird, awkward point because I was trying to do social media at the time.
Yeah.
I dropped out of college, and I remember, like, bro, like, if I'm not at the gym, I'm at the crib just, like, kind of staring at the ceiling. Like, kind of, like, thinking, like, okay, like, what am I finna do type shit? And then you start feeling down on yourself a little bit. So have you ever gotten those ruts, like, yet since leaving college?
Yeah, I would say so because especially because I'm not on plan right now.
Yeah.
So kind of just freely being able to eat, train, do whatever, and then, like, having to travel, having, you know, different brand deals, different sponsorships, and then, you know, moving into a house, getting the house set up, and, you know, I like doing card things, you know, and it's kind of just getting fully set in place. It's been a lot, but like you're saying, I think sometimes when like you were saying, I think sometimes when there's so much to do, and like it's happened to me recently a lot because I've fallen back on the content side. And just like you're saying, like sometimes you just go to the gym and you go to the house, and then now it's kind of like I'm trying to figure out like what else I can do throughout the day to like especially make content with, but at the same time just do for myself, like have fun and like put the camera down, go experience and live, So it's been a little bit of that, and that's why I feel like I've fallen behind a little bit, but I'm picking it back up. It's getting better.
I think I saw I was about to watch one of your TikTok videos where you're like, "Where the fuck have I been at?"
Yeah, like what has life been doing? And especially with like traveling and going to Jamaica and going to LA and coming back and doing all these things, it's like it's been a lot. So that's why I'm saying I haven't been able to sit down and actually set a schedule yet.
You was on a run. It was like London, then Jamaica, then LA, then y'all got. I just saw Miami.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yep.
Damn, bro. Do you have any more travel plans after that?
After that, with Cranen going to her competitions and things like that. But for me, not until I compete again. I don't have anything set like in my mind of like where I'm gonna go because I plan to get back on plan here in the next couple weeks, couple months, and then once that starts again, like probably gonna lock it back down. But I'm good on traveling for a minute. Like I'm cool on it.
Bet. So this part I'm excited about because when I think about it, I don't know if I know like too much of your background. Like where you grew up. Like I know like you're Jamaican and all that kind of stuff, and like maybe I could kind of understand the foreign-born parent type of upbringing. But like I want you to explain where you're from and then how was your upbringing.
Okay, so I'm from Kansas City. Parents from Jamaica, like you said. My mom's from the country, my dad's from the city, so I kind of got like two different backgrounds there. But I was raised 21 years in Kansas City. And then or 22, I guess, and then moved to University of Missouri. I played soccer from I was 2 years old. That was my main sport growing up. I did a lot of things. I did karate. I did Boy Scouts. I did a whole bunch of stuff like as a kid. But I guess my upbringing was really strict. I would say I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't do a thing. It's Caribbean parenting, but I couldn't do a thing. But like I'm blessed to kind of say that it's kind of molded me to be who I am now. Because I see a lot of kids doing some shit now, and I'd be like, bro, who is y'all parents? You know what I'm saying? But like I can look back and be like, my parents raised me in a way that I can appreciate now.
How were your parents like in the household? Like I feel like I'm Nigerian, so I remember. For a while, I couldn't sleep over, and I couldn't have sleepovers.
Oh, no, not at all. No, I couldn't. No, nobody came to the house. If I went, if I went to sleep over at somebody's house, like if I could, I'm getting picked up before everybody go to sleep. Like getting dropped back off in the morning. Like nobody came over. I got a funny story about this. Like there was one kid that lived on my street. He saw us like riding bikes one day. He came and stopped us and was like, "Yo, like let's like play outside with kids." You know what I'm saying? My mom came outside, was like, "Who are you?" Basically, like trying to like get to know who he is. You know what I'm saying? But like it's a kid. You feel me? So then we're playing, blah blah blah. She's like, "Okay, it's time to be done playing." She's like, "If you want to come back, like if you want to play with us, like me and my brother, like it's some rules he got to adhere by." So he went home. It's like boom. Next day he came back. She got study books out, like this is what we doing, like
no way.
Put the bikes away, we inside, blah blah blah. He never came back. He never came back.
I think I know exactly. It's funny because like I'm sure some people are gonna hear this and be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But when your parents are foreign born, there's just a certain like disciplinary standard they have.
Yeah.
Like they don't play.
No, not at all. And like a lot of things that you see kids doing, like doesn't slide. And like me specifically, my parents owned a restaurant in Kansas City. So growing up, kind of my life outside of school or whatever they put me in was that. So like I used to get off of school. I used to work in a restaurant from like I was a kid, like cleaning up tables when I was like kid. You know what I'm saying? So I would get off of school, get picked up on the car because I didn't go to school like in my area. Go to the restaurant. I'm there from like boom. Whenever I get out of school to like 7, 8 o'clock, and go home. And like that was my days.
Damn, that's right. That makes sense because you're a hard food critic. Like you be critiquing food like hard as fuck. You be like,
it's all right.
It's all right.
Food don't be good, man.
That's your fucking bar. It's all right. I'm like, I don't know if he likes it. I don't know if he loves it.
Yeah, I mean, my parents is good cooks. So growing up, like always knowing what good food's supposed to taste like, and obviously they own a restaurant, so you know it got to be good enough for people to come buy it and eat. So like it kind of messed up my standards for food just because I know what good food tastes like, and if it's not up to par, I'm be like, I'm cool on it.
So do you have siblings? You have
4 brothers, 1 sister.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn, man. I don't know. That just threw me the fuck off. I thought you just had one brother.
No. I grew up with one brother like in the household, and then I got 3 others and 1 sister that were like older, like on my dad's side. But I call them like my sister and brother.
Damn, man. Yeah. So how's your relationship with your siblings?
I mean, obviously it's the closest with my brother because we grew up together. We're 13 months apart, so he was the one I was always around. Yeah. And then my brother, it got closer with my brother because I joined his fraternity. So like when I was getting into the fraternity and everything, like obviously I was talking to him and stuff like that. With my sister, it's cool. She lived in close to where I went to school at, so I was in touch with her a little bit. And then one brother I've actually never met, and then another brother passed away recently, like in the past 2 years.
Oh damn, sorry to hear that.
No, that's all good. That's all good.
Yeah, damn. So when you were growing up, did your parents speak? I don't want to fuck it up.
Patois.
There we go. I wanted to. I'm like, it's not fucking Jamaican.
Yeah.
But I'm like patois. I don't know if that's like a combination of English.
It is. So it's a combination of English, Irish, and then some other whatever. But it's just literally English with a twang with like slurs and what am I trying to say? Just like
it's like dialect or some shit.
It's just a different change in dialect, but it's just a lot of different slurs and a lot of different ways to say things. But it's all English. If you listen to it, slow it down, it's all English.
Yeah, because I was I was in the airport. I was coming back from, I was arriving in LA, and like there was a guy next to me like at baggage claim speaking patois.
Yeah,
but like I understood exactly what he was saying.
Yeah.
It was just like there's certain things like you just add in some shit, and I'm like,
I don't know. That's exactly how it is.
Okay, got you.
And
so can you speak it at all? Or like
I can, but I hate to speak it because I know what it's supposed to sound like. So because I know, because I know what it don't sound like. I like when even in my videos like recently, I was like trying and shit. I'll be listening to it back, and be like, bro, I can't. I can't, but I can understand it like fluently.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like anybody could like switch back and forth, and I'll pick it all up.
Damn, man, I can't do any of that shit. My parents would speak T, which is my language.
Yeah.
Well, not my language, it's their language. But they would speak it in the house.
Yeah.
And like I could understand it. So if I hear it, I know what the conversation's about.
Yeah.
But I can't like speak it back. Like I can't do any of that.
You ever wish you could?
Hell yeah. Yeah. When I was younger growing up, like I was embarrassed about my heritage.
Yeah.
Because it was like when I was in elementary, they're like, oh, like you grew up in mud huts and shit, and like you're like
the African booty scratcher jokes.
Yeah, African booty scratcher shit. Like, do you see like lions and tigers and shit? I'm like, nigga, no. Like, you know what I'm saying? So then when I grew up, I feel like when you're first generation, you want to attach more and more to your roots as you get older. So it's like before I was like kind of pushing it away. Now I want to welcome it, and I wish I could speak to you. Now it's too late. Like I don't know.
I agree with that though, because I like when I was growing up, I used to always try to emulate American, slang and American like culture and things like that. Yeah. But then now I'm kind of like I'm proud. Like everybody talks about Jamaica, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm
You try to claim that shit.
I'm different.
Your parents kind of. Would they get on you for trying to adopt more of black culture?
Oh, 100%. Bro, because as a kid though, it was like bad because my brother and I are two completely different people. So like he went the route of he went to a bad school, but he was like the good kid. You know what I'm saying? I went to like a good school, but I wanted to be like the bad kid so bad, bro. Yeah. So I started hanging around like certain kids in the school that's doing this and doing that. And obviously like when I grow up, I never was a person to like drink or smoke, do nothing like that. But like getting into like fashion and like I was buying J's and I was like I'm trying to play all the sports. Like I'm getting in every organization. I started like dressing this skinny jeans, this, that, and then like it kind of got to a point. I remember one time my parents bought me some new shoes to wear to school. I was like, cool, like new shoes, blah, blah, blah. Open them up. There was some Skechers. So I told my mom, I was like, yo, I can't wear these. And then she was like, no, you wearing these to school. Went back and forth all morning. Like, mind you, I'm trying to get to school. Like, ended up being late. I had told her, I was like, you're ruining my life. Because I was like, I'm trying to wear these. Like, I'm not trying to wear these sketches to school. I had to wear them to school, bro. I was like, but the thing is, like, when I got there, I played it cool, though. I was like, like, we bringing these back. Like, this is all cool, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it was one day. That was it. But, like, it was, like, stuff like that. Like, I definitely would say I tried to adopt the American culture. There's some things I lacked on, though, because old movies, old music, old artists, things like that, I know nothing. Yeah. Nothing about it.
Yeah. I think I suffered on that in that respect, too, because it's like, I've seen, like, some, like, culturally black movies.
Yeah.
But then, like, when I really think about it, like, when people, like, go down the list and shit, I'd be like, I stay quiet because I don't want to, like...
I don't know, bro. I watched White Chicks for the first time, like, 3 weeks ago.
What?
Yeah. That's how bad it is. Like, it's...
Damn.
I hear music. They'd be like, you don't know who this is? I'd be like, bro, I don't know who you talking about.
For real?
Yeah, it's bad.
Damn.
It's bad.
Was your household, like, strict, like, Jamaican culture? Or was it, like, they had... Because my parents, right, they're, like... I mean, I don't know if you met my parents before. They're just super Nigerian.
I think I met your mom.
Yeah, my, like still thick ass accents and all that kind of stuff. But as I lived in America more and more and like started having children, they started adopting like American culture. Like as I got older, like my parents were like, I could do whatever the fuck I want because they, trust me and all that kind of stuff, which is abnormal for foreign born, kids.
Right.
And our like the actual household itself, it wasn't like super strict and super Nigerian. There's some elements to it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, like, when you grew up, like, was it like you can't do this and that? And culturally, like, there was like Jamaican food being cooked all the time. I know they have the restaurant, but like, you know, aunties, uncles, like cousins in the crib, all that kind of stuff. I don't know what
I think so, because like growing up, I lived with my mom, my brother, my grandma, my auntie, and my dad.
Okay,
And like, so it was like a lot of us in the house at one time, but it's kind of just how they were, you know, because my mom grew up with all her siblings, all her brothers, sisters, and things like that. And then like, I think just growing up, there wasn't any like harsh Jamaican culture being pushed on us. It's kind of bad to say, but it felt like it was really like no culture. It was kind of just like you don't pick and choose from each and each. Just like for Christmas, like we didn't celebrate holidays or nothing like that.
Oh shit!
For Christmas, we just went to Jamaica. That was like our Christmas gift.
Okay.
Like that. But my mom is religious and she's like in the church and everything, so it was never like Santa or nothing like that. It was just like, this is what Christmas is, and then we're going to Jamaica. Like, that's your gift. I didn't get Christmas gifts. I used to not be able to go trick or treating, like nothing like that.
For real?
No, like I'm telling you, like Thanksgiving wasn't a thing. Like it was just like
nothing. It was just like a normal day.
It's just a normal day until I got older and I started seeing it. I'm like, yo, like what's this, you know? And I started asking about it, and then we start trying to, you know, kind of blended Jamaican but American at the same time, and like we'll have Thanksgiving, but we eating jerk turkey and like we eating like shrimp and this.
Honestly,
this,
that
you know
sounds
what I'm saying?
better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
But it's like growing up, I never was. So even now, like I'm trying to more and more like learn about like American like cultures when it comes to holidays and things like that. Like Crane and I cooked our first like Christmas dinner and things like that. I've never had Christmas dinner before, like ham and all them other things. Like it was literally just like holiday, but yeah, we eating Jamaican food.
I didn't know. So you never said like holidays are like a new thing for you, like experiencing
Not new. It's just because
actually
I knew about
indulging.
It, yeah, indulging. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Damn, that's interesting as fuck. I didn't know that. So like, okay, so whenever you moved out of your home going into college, like was that like a culture shock? Because like you're by yourself.
I'd say so, but I was so ready for it that I wasn't even trying to think like this could like beat anything. First of all, I was trying to go as far as possible. I want to go to the University of Miami. Like that would have been a horrible decision. But I want to go to Miami just because I was like Miami lifestyle, this and that, and going to school. I'm like, boom, I'm getting as far away as possible. My brother went to North Carolina, but they wanted like $70K a year in tuition. I was like, I'm not paying that. Fuck. Yeah, so that's how that happened. And then like I played soccer. I had a few offers to go play soccer in college. I went to school in Iowa, a couple schools up there, and then Mizzou was my last choice. So when I decided to go to Mizzou, because I had like a full ride scholarship and everything, it was my last choice because I didn't want to be close to home. Like that was my biggest thing. I wanted to be far away, so
how
like
far is Mizzou from like your
2 hours?
Okay,
yeah. So it's literally like here to Dallas, damn near, you know. But like I don't know. It wasn't like a culture shock because I was so ready to be on my own, you know. And I saw my brother do it. We helped move him into his spot, and I was kind of just like, I'm like ready for my turn, you know. And then it wasn't hard adapting to much because obviously I thought I knew everything, you know what I'm saying? But and then I was just that person, like I never wanted, even though I was so close to home, I didn't want to go home. Like I was just like, this is my little world. Like let me stay here, you know.
Did you go home a lot from college?
No, I didn't. And everybody used to be like, yo, you live so close, like why don't you go? But it was like because of how strict and like my upbringing and everything was, I love that freedom. So then at that point I just wanted to stay like in my little bubble, you know what I'm saying?
It was weird because like I had this conversation with my mom before I left college. She like, I don't know what I was doing. I was like in her restroom like getting something. And she's like, hey son, I know you're leaving like in the next couple of days. I just wanted to let you know, like, if you ever want to talk to me about anything, she's like, from this point on, I'm like your friend or like your guide or something like that. Like I'm no longer just your mom. Like I want to be able to have these conversations with you and guide you through life. And I was like, okay.
Not really, yeah.
Yeah. So then so I went to Texas Tech, which is like 7 hours from Houston.
Yeah.
So when she dropped me off, like I'm like, okay, shit, like I'm about to be alone, you know? She left. I started crying.
Word.
Yeah. I don't know, like, it was weird. I started
kind of like, damn.
Yeah,
because
like she left, and then like I went up to her. It was the first time I had cried like in a long ass time. And I went up to my room. I just started crying. I was like, holy shit, I'm like by myself. So then it was weird. When I went to college, our relationship got better. Like I would drive home for no reason.
But I can agree with you on that though, because even though I didn't have like that conversation with my parents about like from here on out, because I think my parents always see themselves as like the parental figure, you know?
Yeah.
So like, it was never like, you can come to me about anything, but like kind of it kind of just started happening, you know, and I started like calling and stopped asking for things. We're like, yo, like this is what I'm about to do. Like, what do you think about this? You know, and it's kind of just like, oh, this happened. Like, any advice? And then you obviously then they get to rambling like, okay, like I don't need, like, you know what I'm saying? But like, it kind of just happened like that. And like internally, I knew like the switch like flip, you know what I'm saying? But it never happened like to talk to them and be like, yo, like you're stepping into a new part of your life and everything like that. But like now you can see us, like,
understood,
like I hope you understand the way you were raised and things like that. Nah, it was kind of just like you on your own. And I started like thinking like, hey, like let me call real quick and like ask, you know. And
how is that now though? Do you feel like y'all's relationship is getting a lot more, not intimate, but just like a lot more put together? Because I know some foreign, like some first generation people, they feel separated from their family just because it's like their family doesn't really understand what they do or like their desires and interests and stuff. So there's always that like that disconnect. But I think like as you get older and older, you start you understand your parents a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you're able to develop that relationship. Have you experienced that so far?
I think so, because I definitely think our relationship's gotten better.
Yeah.
Like I can start now understanding, you know, why things were, and like even recognizing now like financial things like that, and why I couldn't do these type of things because now I got to do it on my own. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely would say so. And I think the same thing happened with my brother too, because we used to like clash all the time, and then now it's like we talk almost every day. It's like a whole different relationship.
That's dope, man. With my siblings it's a little bit different. We're so like individualistic, like we're just so different. I still haven't reached that point where it's like you become cool with your siblings.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like I didn't have a choice though, because it was kind of just like I was in school now. He just graduated, so it's like if I'm somebody to talk to about what's going on, it's like I have to talk to him.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think it kind of just happened like that, but I'm glad it happened, you know?
So when did social media come into play? Because I ain't gonna lie, I remember when Weez showed me your shit, and the first video I saw was the Q shit, like the Q dance or whatever. So what were you doing in that particular video, and then like how did you get your kind of like push into social media?
I guess I'll talk about the social media part first, because it was kind of like I created my platform and everything like that because during COVID, I started doing like at home workouts on like my Snapchat story and things like that. And I got back to school, like long story short, I got back to school and everybody was like, yo, like what happened? Like you blew up and like physically, you know? And I started saying like, okay, everybody keep asking the same questions. Like, let me create a platform where people can go to see the basics and see like how I got from here to here, because like I'm not here yet, but you know, I'm taking strides towards that. And I know a lot of people are here and they want to see how that happens. So I just created the page because I was like, I want somebody to be able to go there and get all their questions answered the same way I wish I like was able to go somewhere and get all those questions answered. So then from there, you know, it kind of began to grow, doing just like TikToks and Instagram and doing trends and blah, 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 but posting, you know, workout content and things like that. And then what happened was I got kicked out of my school gym because they wouldn't let me record anymore.
Oh, okay.
And that's what made me start having to talk to the camera. So I feel like it was kind of destined for that to happen, because, you know, now in today's like world of social media, you can't just hide behind a camera and not speak. You know, you have to show your personality. Yeah. So like that's how that ended up happening, and it kind of worked out for the better. And then things started just really spiraling from there. And then halfway into that, I actually like became the bros and everything like that. And then I started trying to like incorporate my life and content at the same time, and recognizing that everything that I do can be spun to be content. And that's how, you know, the fraternity stuff became like started going onto the page. And you know, it's at parties and things like that, and people record you in this, and then you send you your videos, and people post it on like Instagram and Snapchat stories. And I was like, let me post one of these real quick. So let me post one. I posted one and it popped off, and I was like, okay, people might like this. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of just rode that wave, and then one like really did it. Yeah. So
is that the one I saw, or was it?
Okay, because that's what it's still pinned to my page. Because everybody will people would go on my page now and they'd be like, I'm so glad I found you from this video, because you're so much more than that. And that's why I like leave it there. So if people come back to my page and they recognize me from that, now it's like, okay, now you can see everything else. You know what I'm saying?
How was that process of getting into fraternity? Like, you don't have to talk about specifics. I know that's like
I would say it's definitely it's challenging for one.
You're part of
Omega Psi Phi.
Okay.
Yeah, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated. I'll definitely say it's challenging for one, but it teaches you a lot about yourself. Like, it teaches you a lot about the things that you value in life. It teaches you a lot about, you know, how to manage your time and things like that. And it teaches you just a lot about how to navigate like the world and yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say that for me, it was probably one of the most beneficial things that I've ever done. Just because now I'll look back at things and I'll be like, bro, that's just not that serious. You know, because I've done things and I've been through much more, where then it's like I'll look at some things, I'll be like, why am I worried about this? You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like one of the things I wish I did was get in a fraternity when I was in college.
Why you say that?
I feel like you learn a lot. So I feel like I'm learning some of the life lessons, like interacting with people now, that I feel like I could have learned, like back in college. So like I was very isolated in college. If you're not involved when you go to college, you're not going to be like running into people. So
That's
like,
true.
I would just go to class, go to the rec, and then go home.
I agree because in school I wanted to do so much. Like my freshman year, I got involved in everything. You know how it is. Like you just see organizations pop up, and you're like, I'm joining everything. You know what I'm saying? So at school, I definitely got myself out there, and then the fraternity kind of just put the cherry on the top.
Yeah.
Because then it was just like now you're solidified in an organization where it's only so many people on campus, and now you're always going to be seen as that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can be president of the student council and this, that, but then once re-elections come, it's like nobody cares about you no more. It's the next president, you know? But like on campus, there's only so many brothers on campus at a time. That's like you're able to be a part of an organization where you do things year after year, and you're with the same group. Like you may have intake and bring in new people, but it's still like a closed circle, you know? And you do things with each other. It's like really your brothers, you know? But on campus, it's seen as much more than that.
Yeah.
So
and what's also what you probably got a lot of too is like you get to see like the reality of human beings.
Yeah.
Like because you're interacting with more human beings.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like some shit that I be seeing now, I'd be like, nah, there's no way so and so would do me like that, or there's no way so and so would do another person like that. And it's like,
no, you gotta navigate a lot of people.
Yeah.
So you definitely learn like not only like life skills on how people really operate, but you're able to spot things before like they happen.
Actually, yeah.
You know, so
I'll be finding, I be thinking I know people, like not like in a bad way, but it's like I'm like, nah, so and so would never do that shit. What the fuck?
No, yeah, you got to start just seeing it for face value. Like when you start seeing it, it's like, you know, because even now it's like I used to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
And be like,
Yeah.
they never like ain't
Yeah,
no
they
way.
would never do that shit.
Now it's kind of like you see something and you're like, bet, like that's that, you know.
Yeah.
And then because now when it happens, you already knew it was coming. You know, I feel like even now it's like you just don't give people that much respect anymore, because it's like what kind of respect they got for you, and you don't want to like bank on the fact that you may think somebody got more respect for you than they actually do, and then you end up being like fucked in the end, you know.
Exactly. Now I just be looking at people. I'm like, hey man, we'll see.
Yeah, do you?
Like, I'm like, do you? I'm gonna do me type shit.
Yeah, that's just that.
Was it hard to balance your social media career? Because like you're literally on campus as you're blowing up, and like you're having to go like to Houston, working with like different companies.
Yeah.
Was that ever a struggle with college? I remember we had that talk. You're like, I don't know, like college, da da da. I was like, bruh.
I would definitely say there was a point in time where I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And it kind of took me doing some self-discovery where I realized like this is what I wanted more than like school and everything like that. So at the end of the day, it's always balance. But at first, like I was a 4.0 like grade A student up until my junior year of college. So I was like in the books, not going out, like always studying. And then once social media started running and I started, I had my first 2 internships, and I realized I couldn't do that. Like I had an internship with an accounting firm, and I spent 2 summers with them. And in the second summer, I was in Dallas actually for that internship, and I drove from Dallas to Houston every weekend because I was like, this is where I want to be, and because I'm already in vicinity, I'm gonna make that, you know, I'm taking that step every single weekend to do that. And that's when I realized like this is what I wanted. So in terms of balance, at first it was kind of like I'm doing school, but say I would wake up, go to the gym in the morning to record content, right? Then I leave the gym, freshen up. I used to work a desk job at my school, and I would go to the desk and edit my content while I'm there. And then I got class right after that, so boom, I'm in class, but I already got my content edited. So then it's time to like post things and do that, and then later on it's orgs and homework or whatever. But I had like a schedule set up, and then until I got to the point where I realized like I'm going so hard in school for something that I don't want to do. And then I recognized that let me start putting my time and my effort into what I really wanted, and that will all just follow up on the back end. So granted, did my grades start to fall? Yes. I wasn't an A student no more, but I never like had less than a B. Like I still kept it up because I got my master's. You can't have less than a 3.0, which is straight B's. So I had to keep it up on that end, but I just started pouring more time into what I wanted to do, and like telling, and granted, it just so happened that my professors started recognizing what I did. And it kind of helped.
Like on social media? Or,
yeah.
Okay.
Because
it would see you on social media?
I think so. Nobody ever said they saw me, but they all knew what I was doing, you know, because I used to tell them like, hey, I'm leaving on Friday to go here. I may miss class or something like that. And they're just okay. I used to tell them I'm just going to work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to tell them I had a job like lined up and I'm doing work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then one time I was shooting a video for summer shredding in the business school, and they all came by, all my professors at one time. They had like a meeting or something. They just all happened to walk by, and they were just like, put me in the video next time, blah, blah, blah.
Oh,
and I was
shit.
just like, oh, they had to know. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And it's like, obviously they talking things like that. But then another instance, a professor told me that he used me as an example for their class.
Oh, shit.
And they were like, if you want to, like, could you come speak to the class? And like, cause they're talking about social media marketing, entrepreneurship and things like that. So like, that's when I realized that I think a lot more people know than I thought.
Yeah.
Because even in class one time, my teacher made a joke and was like, everybody raise their hand if you're going into like tax audit consulting, because we're accounting classes, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't raise my hand for none of them. And she was like, I know you didn't raise your hand because you're not doing none of this. And then she was like, how your social media things going? And that's why I was like, put it out in front of the class. Everybody, like, you hear people in the back snickering or whatever.
Yeah.
But then once everything calmed down, we split into groups. And then somebody was like, they found my page, and he was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, I seen your page, but I never wanted to say nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you never know how many people like really know. And then I went home, and then I'm getting texts like, yo, I found your page, like, you going crazy, like, why didn't you never say nothing? And I'm like, bro, because I'm not about to just like, I'm not the type of person to be like, oh, I'm so-and-so, like, do this, and I'm like, nah, like, if you find it, you find it. But at school is different, you know?
I was gonna ask you, like, because, well, before I ask you, so would you, because one of the questions that kind of annoys me is whenever people come to me and it's like, oh, like, I'm in college and I'm doing content, I'm trying to make it on social media. I want to drop out. And it's like, nah, bro, I feel like you did it the right way to where, I mean, you finished number one, but by the time like you started popping off on social media, it's like, that was like a real decision. It
was for sure.
Do I continue doing the social media stuff that's actually bringing me like money right now? Or should I continue finishing with school? People will be like, be posting like one video a week, talking about like
how they want to do it.
It's like, bro, you could manage both of them.
It's a real decision for sure, because by the time things started popping on social media, I was more than halfway through like my college career. So now looking back at it, if it happened before then, I can't guarantee that I would have finished. You know what I'm saying? I can't guarantee that. But because it happened when it did, I like recognize that you already made it to a point. It's like, why would you give all that up? You know? But I don't think I made the full decision until there's actually a kind of like metric that I had gotten a job offer from the accounting firm I was working for. And I had that after my junior year. So I had a year and a half left, and that's when things started like working. You know, that was the second summer I came down. Everything was like, oh, because I wanted to take that summer to see if like what life would be like if I was down here full time. And that was a year of the summer I didn't take any classes, nothing like that. I'm like, let me just be down here for content and fitness. You know, I had a metric where I said, if I can start generating from social media the amount that they have me at salary, then I would quit it. And and I got to a point, I remember I was talking to Crane, and I got to a point and I told her, I was like, I just sent the email to them. I was in class. I was sending an email to my recruiter, and I was like, hey, just want to let you know, like, I'm no longer going to be continuing with you all. I'm doing my own thing. Obviously, she started asking like what I plan to do and things like that. But there was a point that was like strategic for me, because I was never going to just drop everything I was doing without any type of security, you know? And I know a lot of people say, oh, just chase your dreams and things will follow, blah, blah, blah. But I'm more logical than that. I'm not about to just stop everything I'm doing for the hope. You know, I wanted to see like the growth, and I wanted to see the consistency happening where I can recognize that if I put all my time into this, I can do more than I'm doing now. And with what I was doing while being in school, I was already at the point of where it would have been starting in a career and things like that. I was like, now I know like I can do this, you know, and I that was the main thing for me, that I wanted to get to that point. You know?
I'm so glad you said that, because I feel like a lot of younger people will watch like your content. I mean, you're 22. Shit, man. Fucks me up every time you say that shit. You're 22, so a lot of people that are looking at you for inspiration, they're in college too, and they're trying to balance the two. And they don't realize, like, bro, you can do both. Like, you got a fucking master's degree while doing social media, and you had a job, and you had an internship. But the social media stuff was becoming so big that you literally, it became to a point where it was almost unmanageable. And it's like, okay, like, I want to put more effort into the social media thing. But that's just I just wanted him to explain that, because there's a lot of people that want to drop out of college, and like, you don't have to. Because I dropped out, but I was on that I was on that point where like I was at your like I think I was like a junior. And I decided, I was like, I'm going to school for kinesiology, bro. Like, I'm literally going to school for this. And a lot of people are getting the opportunities that I'm getting right now. So I'm like, why? Like, I'm making money right now. Like, why do I need to finish school? Like, I remember I walked into biology class. They said I got a test. I was like,
remember you told me that?
Yeah, and I got up and left. That was the last time I ever like went to school. I don't even like. I mean, I don't even know how you drop out officially or what. I just literally
just
walked
left.
out.
Yeah. But the thing about that is like I would say that I'm not. Everybody always asks, and they always want me to answer the question like, "Is college worth it?" You know what I'm saying? And for me, I got a different response to that because now of where I am, you know, and I just see college as kind of like a bubble. Like I see it as like a kind of space, a controlled environment where you can just try things out, you can mess up, you can fail, you can accomplish some things, and like basically nobody outside of your school is gonna know. You feel me?
Yeah.
So like I used to. Now that I'm finished, I look at it as if I went back, I would do it all the same. Because when I got to college, I was able to experience, you know, working in the corporate life. I was able to experience, you know, doing the amount of things to where I figured out like if I wanted to do content or not, you know, like and it was so easy because you're in a dorm, you're on a meal plan, you're just going to class every day. Like there's not things that you have to worry about outside of what's going on campus.
Yeah.
But if I, you know, didn't go to school but wanted to work a job but then do content at the same time, it's kind of like now you're worried about making money, you know, paying rent, paying all these bills, like going to work every single day just to, you know, make content on the side at the same time. But having that vacuum of a space where you could try and fail and, you know, do content and it could start working and it could fall off, but you still, you know, you're still getting your degree so you can still get a job. You know what I'm saying? It's like, that's why I always say, like, I would recommend college to people that want to do something and are unsure, you know, because you're able to do it in an environment where it's safe enough for you to fail and it's not going to set your entire life back, you know?
Because I was going to say, like, college is an opportunity to fuck up. It's an opportunity to try things out.
Yeah.
Because, like you said, you're in that bubble. And it's also what you make out of it.
Yeah.
If you go to college and, like me, I didn't get shit out of college. But I didn't apply myself at all. Like, I didn't join any organizations. I literally was, like, head down, go to class, go to the rec center, come back home. That's it. But like you said, you had a different experience because you actually applied yourself. You were doing X, Y, and Z. You joined a fraternity. You were working, all that kind of stuff. So I feel like, I mean, I'm looking. You're 22 now, but you've taken a lot from college and you're able to apply it now to your adult life. And
I would say
getting a head start.
I would say so for sure. And I kind of just see it as like a chapter in life that kind of was set that way, and I'm glad it was like that because, you know, you have up your life up until high school, like you're at home, blah, 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 and then it's like, boom, you get to college now. It's like, okay, this is different. But it's kind of like a in-between period between being a kid and then being an adult because you're able to grow up in that time without the effects of the world and the kind of just like the threats of everything that's happening outside because you're just in a space where you can do whatever you want. You know, there's literally organizations that can make you do whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You could find your interests. You could find, you know, what makes you happy, the things that you like, the things that you don't like. You can make money. You can live off no money. You feel me? Like, and you're just able to do all of that in a time period of them 4 years between like 18, 21, 22, where it can just be like, that's your growth stage. And then when you come out, it's kind of just like, boom, like now you know yourself. You know what you want. You know what you want to do. You know what you don't want to do. And now you can take off and run with it. Yeah.
What was college like for? So you have an interesting experience, in my opinion, because you blew up while you were in college. What was the change from like, I guess like not really being on social media like that to all of a sudden like you have followers and you're literally on campus like walking around and shit?
It's funny because Mizzou is set up so differently. There's like a Mizzou and then there's like a black Mizzou. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
It's like there's like a black culture in Mizzou and there's like the school. You feel me? So like when the thing started working, like the people in like the black Mizzou, they knew me more personally. So they're like, yo, like I see what you're doing, blah, 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 keep it up and things like that. Other Mizzou is kind of like, I barely interact with them. So it's kind of just like, you don't know what they know, right? And then I recognized that things started changing when it got to the point where Mizzou started recognizing, and they were kind of like, people would stop me and be like, yo, I see what you do and like keep it up, blah, blah, blah. And then like I used to go to the rec and I'm getting stopped in the rec now, you know what I'm saying? And then I got to the point where I couldn't work out in the rec anymore. I had to go to like a private gym. Granted, I couldn't record in there, but like I had to go to a private gym, and then I got not like a contract with the gym, but I was helping promote the gym because it was new, and then people from the school were coming to the gym, and they were like, "Yo, I seen this gym. I wanted to come here because you train here." You know what I'm saying? And it kind of balanced out that way. But then it got to the point where like you start growing up, you don't want to be on campus no more. You know, I'm in my apartment, things like that. For the off chance I would step on campus, people yelling out their windows, "Yo, Swole!" And like things like that. I'm like, "Yo, like this is kind of crazy," you know? But yeah, it was definitely like, I'm not gonna say it was weird because obviously people see what you do, but then there's kind of some adverse like effects of it too because people was hating like and it was mainly, as bad as it sounds, like in the black Mizzou, bro. Like people was hating, bro. And it's like, you know, people be like, oh, like oh, this you all right? Like you doing this, but you cool.
You know why?
Like,
because you came up with them. So like they're
know.
like, yeah, they're looking at you. It's like, man, that nigga was just next to
you feel
me,
what
bro.
I'm
Like
saying?
he's not all that.
And then
type.
it's like, and I started doing things like, oh, I got a new car, and people were like, oh, he got the TikTok money now, blah blah blah. And it's like, people started to hate and things like that.
Yeah.
And then like they even there was an org for entrepreneurs within Black Mizzou, and they like an organization.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then there was like within Black Mizzou, and then people were like, it's Lash Text and Nail Text and Easy people like promoting their business on there. They didn't reach out to me once. You know what I'm saying? Things like I had like my personal training and my coaching and things like starting to get started up, and people were talking about like how they're growing on social media, and I'm looking at their things, and I'm just like, out of all the people like you could have reached out to, like why not say what's up to me and be like, hey, like would you mind coming to talk about like how you were able to do this at that? And then obviously, I mean, that's just a thing in Black culture, I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Like, it's so weird because like it'd be like you be coming up with people, right? And you guys are all sharing the same space.
Yeah.
You are the one that maybe like kind of pulls ahead a little bit, and then it's like everyone just assumes like, oh, we don't need to support bro anymore. Like they probably won't even like your shit.
No, it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
Because some people like they'll look at it, it's like he got enough likes.
Yeah,
I don't gotta like
exactly that. And because of that, that's the reason I made my page separate, because I had a personal page.
Okay,
and I made a second page because I was like, all of y'all that's here, I was like, I'm not about to force this on none of y'all because I know how y'all act. You know what I'm saying? I was like, the ones that want to come to this side, y'all come to this side, And they just got to the point where I ended up deactivating that one. But it was like, I can just tell where it's like, people will see what you're doing and they support you to an extent. And then they're like, okay, like, this your limit. They set the limit for you, like you not getting past here. And they like, because of that, I'm not supporting you no more.
Once they see you start getting like 7 to 10K likes of pictures,
you feel me? They're like, I ain't like, But there's definitely people that I will say that always have been cool and always stuck around. They've been like the real ones and things like that. Like I got roommates and I got like my old barber and people that were always around and like they saw the growth and they saw it happen. They were like, yo, like you're gonna do great things, And then they used to like profess my greatness to the people, and then you used to hear people talking about like, he cool or whatever. Like, you
downplaying your shit.
Yeah.
I remember I had this one dude I used to train with, and like he would always clown me for my social media shit. Like I used to so like back when like Instagram only allowed 15 seconds, I would work out with like this like group. We would work out all together, and then I would go home immediately after. Yeah. Make my little IG reel and post it. And it was only 15 seconds. And he would hate. He would be like, oh, here come Russ with his little fucking stupid shit. Like, what you finna film this today? I'm like, yeah, I mean, I'm just doing my own shit. He was older than me too. And then I started gaining traction. That nigga started hate. Like, I'm talking about hating bad. Didn't want to work out with me no more. Yeah. And I remember we was lifting, and some dude like approached me. He's like, hey, like I see what you're doing on Instagram. I only had like 3K followers. He's like, I see what you're doing on Instagram. Keep it up. And then he's like, man, Russ ain't doing nothing, bro. That nigga on some bullshit, whatever. And it's like, fast forward, I maybe got to like 15K or something like that. Yeah. And he reached out. He's like, hey, bro, I'm trying to start my social media shit.
Man, like, it always be like that too,
like, man,
bro.
Get your ass out of here, dog.
And it's crazy because even like that experience, I feel like that's grown so much more. Yeah. In as social media has become more popular, because at first it's like people is hating on you about what you're doing, and now it's like they see what's coming of it, and they're like, let me try that out. You know what I'm saying? And now they're reaching back out for the same type of advice.
Yeah. So I was like looking at your content because I mean there's gonna be a lot of questions in regards to this because I want to pick your brain on this. Mm-hmm. I feel like the main driver for you right now is TikTok, right?
Yeah, I say so.
TikTok, yeah. Why do you think otherwise or?
No, I would say it is TikTok because that's kind of where the biggest following is, but I'm pushing efforts elsewhere.
Yeah, because that's what I picked up on too. Yeah. What is your method with TikTok? Like, what do you think works best for you? What are some of the things that helped you grow over the last couple of years?
One, I would say having to find a balance between doing stuff to go viral and doing stuff to build a community. Because the biggest thing about it is that so many people on social media just want viral numbers. They want to go viral, get these big followings and things, and then they'll go somewhere and then nobody knows who they are, right? Yeah. But I feel like it's different when you cater to the people that are supporting you, like for you and everything that you do. So I think on TikTok, obviously, like when there's trending sounds and things like that, I will use those, right? But like a majority of my content is always tailored towards, you know, the people that follow me for the workouts, the people that follow me for the lifestyle, the people that follow me, you know, for the travel and the aesthetic and things like that. So I never, you don't see me, I don't do trends like anymore. I used to, I ain't gonna lie, because to get a page started, you kind of have to, you know, especially as saturated as it is now, like to get seen, like the viral attempts have to kind of be there. I feel like going the entire like personable route is kind of just not play, but it just takes longer, you know. So getting that sort of spark, but then capitalizing on the same time where it's like, okay, you get a viral video that pop, and now boom, here come 3 videos like who I am, you know. So now it's like you saw me for this trend, but now you've seen 3 videos of who I am. So now you can choose to stay or not, you know, because you can get followed from a trend, but what's going to keep people around, you know?
Because you on TikTok, you see a lot of people that have like fucking like 2 million followers. And like you look at the views, their average views. I'm like, this bitch really got like 1,000 views. So.
I mean, the algorithm be tweaking sometimes. So,
it does be tweaking, but it kind of like evens out to a certain degree. Because like when you look at the page of the people that actually have a community, it's pretty even. They might have like a weird week, like where it's just kind of like off a little bit. But
the engagement's pretty like throughout.
Because I'll look at your videos, I think like people need to learn how to break down videos a little bit better. Because some people will just see someone that has a lot of followers and it's like, oh shit, this person has a lot of followers. It's like, no, like actually go look at the video. How many likes does it have? How many views does it have? The comments, reactions, like all that kind of stuff. What are people actually saying? And when I look at your page in particular, like your videos, like it'll have like 100K views, but then like 20K likes. And that ratio is like absurd. Because like sometimes like some people have like 100K viewed video and have maybe like 5 to 10K likes or something like that. So you could tell that people are like coming back and are actually engaged. And it's like a big difference. And it's interesting because TikTok is not, it's like a weird place. It's hard to build a community on TikTok. In my opinion.
I would say so, especially because of how short form it is. So like on TikTok, you'll see what gets your attention, but then it's like how like what are the odds you're gonna see that again? You know? So I agree with that for sure.
Because the way I scroll through TikTok, I use that shit like I'm a child. Because I'm like, if you don't catch me in 3 seconds, I'm pushing through, bro. Like, so it's interesting to see that you have like built a community on TikTok, but then also too, what I like what you do is that you're putting like big time effort onto YouTube.
Yeah, I'm trying to for sure.
How many videos are you uploading now frequently?
So I just did like the Christmas like vlogmas, you know what I'm saying? I did a little SWOLE, so I was posting at first every day, and then I got to every other day. So I want to say in December I might have posted maybe like 20 some videos or something like that.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a lot. But I've been trying to drive my efforts towards that because I feel like YouTube has always been like the most like long standing platform. And I feel like with the rise of like TikTok and then now Reels and now you got Shorts and now you got Snapchat trying to do its thing and everything like that, but YouTube has always been solidified. So I feel like for me, the biggest thing to trying to like get me a place in what I see as like the social media, like just kind of just to find a place within like the stability of social media, I feel like YouTube is that platform. Because granted, like there's TikTok programs where you can make money and people are going crazy on there, but it's like it's beta, you know, and like how long are they gonna hold that there for, you know? But YouTube's algorithm is like, you know, people that just post YouTube videos for a living and they live these crazy lifestyles, you know what I'm saying? So like that's why I feel like YouTube is just one of those platforms that's always been around and it's going to continue to be around, because when people are tired of the short form stuff, they can go to YouTube and go watch somebody for an hour like it's an episode and then go back to a short form and then they'll go watch the highlights, you know? So that's kind of what I kind of see it as now.
I would look at YouTube as I would say it has like a pretty damn high conversion rate as to like, because you have to think about just like the user interaction with YouTube, right? If you like someone, you have to go click that video, sit down, watch that motherfucker, and like it and all that type of shit. Versus TikTok, it's like low barrier to entry. You just open your phone, scroll, whatever.
You don't know, like there's you don't know who's gonna pop up.
Exactly.
But like to watch somebody's YouTube video, like having to go to them and actually like subscribing to somebody and things like that, like it takes a lot more effort on the consumer side. For sure.
What are some of the things you've learned, like having to edit your own videos? So I'm pretty sure you shoot and edit your own shit.
Majority for sure. I would say that you got to set the time aside for it. But what I recognize is that the effort that you put into your videos with the hopes that the consumer is going to see, they never see it.
Yeah.
And like once you recognize that part, it takes a lot more stress off of you, because I feel like I used to be the type of person to be so meticulous with edits and sound choices and clips and stuttering and this, that, and everything like that, until I post a video with all those things in it and nobody recognizes, you know, like when I used to try to do the, you know, the aesthetic, the Drew Walls type shit, you know what I'm saying? And like set the camera up and I'm moving around and I'm trying to make it look all aesthetic and things like that. And then like nobody pays attention to it. Then I drop a video or I just pick the camera up and like, yo, this is what we doing today. Everybody's like, okay, boom. Like we know what's going on, you know? Yeah. So I feel like that in terms of effort, like recognizing that there's a balance between effort and then kind of what's received.
It's almost like creating like this realistic view of how your life is going, because I feel like when you try to overdo it, people don't like it. Yeah. It's not like relatable.
It's not natural.
Yeah, but when you pick up the camera and like everything is like, no, I set this up, like no, sometimes maybe using a stand or something like that, but it's like, no, I just put the camera right here and I just kind of propped it up a little bit.
And that's the reason like people like Sam Sulek and them are like going crazy right now, you know?
So like relatable. It feels like you're almost there right there with them.
I think people are starting to enjoy that more just because of how colorful social media has gotten with, you know, the edits and the different effects and everything like that. And then I think people are just kind of getting tired of it, and it's kind of turned to like an eyesore. But when people can just turn it on and be like, just sit back and just relax and like, boom, like this is what it is, you know?
I used to post, there's like this era when you just fucking went crazy with the edits, like the workout edits, like dummy. It's almost like, oh shit, like a new edit just fucking dropped type shit. Like, so like whenever I would upload on YouTube, everyone would be tuning in to see like what song we were about to edit to, what like
that's kind of like when things like that was out.
Yeah, it's almost like dropping a fucking like music video every fucking week. It's like niggas were like, yo, he's about to use that new West Side Gun song or X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
Now we don't even do that shit, bro. Like we do it, but it's like I don't post it. Yeah. Because that shit does horrible.
Yeah, I've recognized that too. Like I used to be the type like YouTube videos used to be like me at the gym and that's the whole video. You know? And then I recognized that I was like, bro, I was watching the video back and I was like, if I'm not finna sit here and watch this, bro, I know somebody not finna sit here and watch that whole thing, bro. So like that's when I started like recognizing that let me start trying to incorporate all kinds of types of everything and just keeping it as casual as possible. Even like putting the mic on and just like putting no music on a workout and just literally having it be natural gym sounds in a workout. People appreciate that more than like the edits and the music and everything like that.
Also notice you don't do clickbait. Like it's not as clickbaity. You literally just put
whatever's happening.
Yeah, literally just so simple.
Yeah.
And like you don't I notice like the little things, like you don't do the caps. It's literally just like you just texted someone something.
Yeah,
like,
I would say that. Are you talking about on YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube, like the titles.
Yeah,
like it's not like. So I'm talking from the era that like I came up in. Yeah. It's like, bro, you be doing the most. Like you have to put like exclamations. Thumbnail looks just stupid. Yeah. Like everything overdone.
Yeah.
Now it's more just relax. Like it might be a selfie and then like it says I went to LA.
Yeah. I think like when I first started YouTube, that's what I knew YouTube as.
Yeah.
The crazy thumbnails, you got to get somebody's attention. I used to have somebody that made thumbnails for me. I'm sending them like, yo, this thumbnail, like we got to get this one right. Like put the emojis with the flames and all this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like we got to, and then now I got to the point where I was like, bro, I'm not paying you to make no thumbnail for me no more, bro. I will take whatever screenshot is on the screen and I'll put that shit up there. And that's the thumbnail. Cause now it's kind of like, I don't know. I just feel like, I see people do it, but the way that I see it now is being more natural. It's like those. I think the more natural ones stand out more.
Yeah, it does.
Like because now everybody's making the same type of videos, and all the thumbnails look the exact same. But the one that's the most natural is kind of standing out the most now.
Do you fuck with Instagram?
What do you mean by that?
I don't fuck with Instagram.
Really?
Nah, I hate it.
Why?
I just don't like it. Like I think so. Posting wise, I fucking hate it. I feel like I get embarrassed when I have to post on Instagram. I don't know why. Yeah. Like I don't like posting on Instagram. And then number two, it's not entertaining. So like when I'm on IG and I'm going through people's IG stories, I don't have entertainment. Like if you look at my IG story, you'd think like I'm like insane. Like clinically insane. But it's because that's the only way I have fun on it. But when I go to other people's pages or like I like go to the people I follow, it's just like there's like nothing to fuck with. I don't know. Yeah. But I tried Reels. I don't really like looking at the Reels on IG because it just doesn't. Maybe I didn't get my algorithm right, but I just don't fuck with it.
I think it's just because Instagram turned into like a melting pot of every social media platform.
Yeah.
And because TikTok started popping off so much, Instagram tried its hardest to like keep up.
Yeah, for sure.
And I just remember how Instagram used to be, where it was just like you post a picture every 3 months when you got that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then it's like you go for it. So you like, I'm finna post this week. You know what I'm saying? And people was like getting queued up for a post. You know what I'm saying? But now it's kind of just like spam almost. You know, but I don't know. I just feel like the way Instagram is trying to take a little bit of everything, but still like keep its not like status of where it is. But I just feel like they're falling behind in kind of like social media because it's the most dated, other than like Facebook, than in terms of like what's trending right now.
My boy Josh sent me a video on Facebook. I couldn't even open it because I haven't been signed into Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't know how long?
Yeah, but the thing about it is like Facebook doing the same thing like Snapchat's doing.
Facebook, people are making.
I heard they've been going crazy. On Facebook.
Country Wayne was on the Shannon Sharp podcast talking about. I don't know if that's true, but he was
post your YouTube videos on YouTube.
Post the YouTube videos on Facebook. Country Wayne was talking about he made like 20 million.
That's ridiculous, bro.
Shit.
Like that's why it's like it's just these social media platforms that start paying you money to post, and now it's like now everybody's gonna flock to that, you know. And I feel like that's kind of how it was with like how it used to be like Reels playing like bonuses and stuff on like Instagram. It made everybody start posting on Instagram again. And TikTok came out with theirs, and like boom, now we on TikTok again. And it's kind of like it's gonna always be that constant back and forth. And I just kind of feel like that's what Instagram's problem is, but at the end of the day, people repurpose content anyway. I was gonna say you see the same thing on every platform.
Do you repurpose your content?
I do to a certain extent, but there's some things that go on TikTok that will never see Instagram.
I was about to say too.
There's definitely certain things on TikTok where it's like this is the more casual things, and then like the more like official things will go to Instagram. You know, but like on TikTok, it's definitely like. There's definitely things that, you're just casual talking, reacting and things like that. But then Instagram is kind of like the picture, the shot, the edit, and those things go over there.
I was going to say the Drew Walls thing. The reason why Drew Walls was getting killed so much is because his shit was making it to Twitter.
Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah.
When I remember I seen his page, I seen he was verified on Twitter. I was like, oh no, he's doing it.
Yeah, no. So the problem with, not the problem, but the reason why he got so much hate and so much traction is because, when you look at his shit, he's doing what everyone else does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, that's not the reason.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
And the thing is, I fuck with Drew.
By the way, Jamal and Crandon are here. It's not because he's black. I'm just saying because like they can't hear what you're saying. So. No.
It is. That's what Black Twitter is, bro.
No, I think it's because.
White people weren't hating on him. It was black.
No, they was hating on him. Yes and no. So okay, look. The reason why I think that Drew was getting so much hate is, it's two reasons. The tripod and target, it's kind of crazy a little bit, but at the same time, everyone was doing that type of shit.
Yeah.
Overly buff black guy.
He's not overly buff.
Nah, I can't. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that.
Don't look right?
No, I think what it is just the fact of they're thinking in their head what it took
to get that shot, because I used to think the same shit when I was running my YouTube channel, bro. I would do shit like, I'm talking about the elevator closes.
Yeah.
Nigga, I go to the floor.
Yeah.
Come back up. Grab my shit. Yeah. I'm talking about I leave my the vibes.
Yeah.
You leave your stand out. Watch, get yourself pulling out.
And I've done it. That's why I
getting out the whip.
Yes.
Your shit, bro.
We've
done it. So I think what happened is that it got to Twitter. Twitter is a very unserious app. You fuck around on Twitter. Twitter's for the memes and the jokes and like comedy, clowning niggas, roasting niggas. There's shit that I do on my Instagram page and my TikTok I would never, ever. I pray that it never makes it. I pray that it never makes it. I remember one time something did make it to Twitter and it went viral, and I was like, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And it was me doing some stupid shit to rock music. And I was like, fuck.
I never got with Twitter for real.
Which is interesting because your threads, I was like, oh, this nigga going crazy. Like when you first started posting on threads, I was like, if you had Twitter, like you would love it.
The thing about it is like the only reason I like threads for real is because it's like the same people that already know you. So it's kind of like I'm talking to the people just in a more personal way.
Twitter's like one of those things you had to invest like way back in the day. Now I think it would be pretty hard to jump on Twitter and like really
pop off. Yeah.
But I'll say like with Drew, like he was doing stuff like on Twitter. I'm like that's easy pickings for them. So whenever he I remember too when I saw the video at first, I'm like, nah, because I stood up for him. I said something like, bro, he's doing the same shit that everyone does on TikTok. It's just that y'all are making fun of him on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I don't know, have you set a tripod up in Target? Or like in a grocery store?
Not in a grocery store.
Yeah.
I would definitely say that I've set a tripod up in public places for sure. But I don't know. I think in a spot like that, it's kind of just I think the thing people are saying about it the most is like it just kind of makes your experience a lot more tedious. It's just like
it really doesn't,
for you
bro.
to do what you're doing, and that's what I'm saying. And especially because it became like the whole aesthetic thing is becoming such of a trend right now. I think they just pick somebody to like
clown,
just clown. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it was unsanctioned because what he was doing was the same thing everybody else was doing. But the only thing about it is like I feel like the way other people do it, they just make it look more aesthetic.
And more natural.
You know
too.
what I'm saying?
Like, his shit was like when you think about it, he had the tripod set up like in the fucking deli section, like type shit. So it's like you're thinking in your head, you're like, yeah, man, I'm thinking about watching this dude do it.
I think what made it worse is the fact that I don't know how old he is, but the fact that they're saying like, oh, this is a grown ass man.
Grown ass
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
I hate when people say that shit. You know, because I'm a grown ass man and I'll be doing some shit. I'm like, man, there's no age limit to shit. It's like
it's not. I just think that just made it worse because like you see TikTok and you see like quote unquote kids, you know, and like younger people doing it. It's like a dude with a full beard. You're like, yo, what are you doing?
Because I used to use that bar when I was younger. I'm like, you a whole grown ass man.
Yeah.
And then I became a grown ass man. I'm like, nah, I still be with the child.
Man, you gotta let people live their life, bro. I'm saying I fuck with Drew. You know what I'm saying? Like we've talked. Like
I've seen it. I saw him comment on one of your shit
like
recently,
we've talked. Like he hit me up about the ESPN things. Like we've had conversation about that type of stuff, and it's like that's why like I'm glad he's doing so well now, and the switch is like flipped, and the script and everything is just like now in his favor because I seen it happen. And
they hated him.
They were hate. It was
they
bad.
hated him into a straight NFL check.
What into a straight check, and that's why I'm like I love it. And the thing people were talking about like how it is to like not blow up now, but like how you can get your clout or whatever basically off being somebody or being clown for being somebody, you know, and like there's like those are two ways about it because you can blow somebody up for and what they say about what's her name like Bad Baby and stuff. They brought up her, you know, they brought up so many people that's like they got their name from doing some like dumb shit and or whatever they want to call it, and then that that's somebody who they are, you know, and I just feel like that's why. That there was so much around it because people were like, okay, we're gonna just hop on the train and boost it up and this that.
And what I like about what he did too is that he stood 10 toes. Like he
never switched up.
It was clowning him,
bro. He'd be in the comments fighting back.
Yeah, and because I just read his interview with Complex.
I did see that come out.
Yeah, they were clowning him, and I think a lot of people like what they would do is they would switch up. Yeah. They're like, okay, fuck, like they're coining me as the corny nigga. Let me switch it up. Let me try to do something different. He's like, nah. He's like, bitch, I'm dropping more shit. He's like, oh, y'all hated that. I'm gonna drop more, and it'll be like a thing. It's like. Wake up, babe. New Drew Wells is dropped.
I seen that.
Yeah,
I seen that.
That was like a thing on Twitter, and like, bro, my Twitter would be flooded of him doing like shit. Like I was basically following him.
Yeah.
Like, but I think that's what worked in his favor, and like those companies reached out to him, and I mean, I feel like he's just not getting started. He got the Drake shout out.
Oh yeah, no, he's just getting started for sure. And I'm glad that's the case because now the fact that people are like even switching up is just kind of like niggas be hating for no reason, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they really
and
do.
it's just like now he's doing so much better, and people are like, keep doing what you're doing, and yo, this shit is fire and everything, and it's kind of just like what was you hating in the first place? You was just hating because everybody was hating, you know. So I don't know. And that's just kind of the thing with social media, bro. It's just kind of just. There's so many avenues where shit can go, and it can end up in so many different places. But like you were saying, I'm glad he stayed down and like just double down. It's like, oh y'all hate it, bet like hate me some more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I wanted to talk about the bodybuilding stuff, but I also wanted to ask you like, because I wanted to figure out how to transition this. But do you think that you would maybe move past fitness and just do lifestyle? Because you do a really, really good job of showcasing your full life outside of fitness.
I wouldn't say move past it because I feel like fitness will always be a part of it. Like I've been playing sports since I was a kid. Like the reason I got in the gym in the first place is because I didn't go play soccer, and that's why I started lifting weights and things like that. So it's always become like a part of a daily routine and things like that. So if I don't think I would ever move past the fitness part. It may get to a point where it's like if you're doing so many other things in your life that it will take over and it may, like fall back a little bit, but now that I see myself as getting into bodybuilding and getting into these different, like a real sport now, you know, it's kind of like I see myself more as an athlete now. And even the lifestyle and everything like that, that's just, you know, what I am outside of the gym. But then now I see myself kind of like how you do, where it's like you're an athlete now, you know? So that's why I feel like it'll never be separated again, because now it's just all encompassing in my life.
So, like, I mean, we mentioned bodybuilding. What was, because shit, you chose like a hard avenue to go towards, right? So, like, when you started bodybuilding, what was the thought process? Because that's not like an easy.
Bro, that's the thing, because I never wanted to do bodybuilding, bro. I used to clown that shit. I literally used to like clown bodybuilding and be like, bro, I would never do that. And then like think about it, and then I kind of just got to the point where I was like, man, let me try it. You know what I'm saying?
Because I remember when you came to the gym, I was like, nigga, what the fuck? You were 21 at the time, maybe 20, and I was like, dog, your physique, like, people say I have like good genetics or whatever, but like literally like you're 22 and your body already looks like this. I'm like, fam, if you did a show or two, like you could go pro.
Yeah, I mean,
it's crazy.
No, I appreciate that. It's literally just that I wanted to see what else I could do past, you know, just posting social media content. And the kind of decision for me was both in one, wanting to try something new, but two, recognizing that posting workouts every single day and things like that, like that's not what's going to sustain what I'm trying to do. And like getting into bodybuilding was the kind of career aspect of like this whole fitness lifestyle. It's either like bodybuilding, powerlifting, or you're a coach, you know? And like I was thinking, you know, everybody says what I could be and what I could do, and I was like, let me just try it, you know, let's see how it could go. And it ended up, you know, working out, you know. So now I can see, you know, what the future could potentially hold and things like that, and I'm happy of like the direction it went. But yeah, at the beginning, like I wasn't thinking about doing that at all. I used to be like, no, I just lift weights to lift weights. Like I'm not trying to get to this size. I'm not trying to, you know, do a meal plan. Like I want to just enjoy life. But now I recognize like the discipline, everything that comes with it. Like it's admirable for sure, the people that have to go through it. Yeah. But I definitely would say that now that I've done it, that is something I could see myself like doing in the future. So
because that process is different, right? Like getting ready for a show is probably like one of the most difficult things that I've personally done. How did you lock in to something that you didn't love initially?
Just kind of, I'm not a quitter, you know? And then like, I'm the type of person that when I commit to something, I'm all in, you know? And for me, nothing really changed about my lifestyle at first than the diet. Like I'm already in the gym. I'm already eating semi-clean and things like that. I just knew that I would have to be on a more strict plan. And I didn't know what would come of it. I just kind of thought like, we're just going to try something new. But once I started, you know, not just posting it, but, you know, really converting my lifestyle to this, and I set a date for a show, and I set a date, I started paying for things, and I'm just like, yo, like you're here now, bro. You can't like back out of what you're doing. And things got hard, but I was kind of just like in the back of my head, I'm like, yo, like you're gonna go through with this, you're gonna finish. Like you finish school, you finish, like whatever you start, you finish. And because I started like from the first day I got on plan, I was locked in like throughout.
You didn't cheat throughout the prep, right? Or did you?
Bro, I'm telling you, like I did my cardio every day, never missed a workout, never missed a meal. Like cheat meals didn't like, if I didn't get a cheat meal programmed, I'm not slipping up like nothing. I used to like go through so many packs of gum a day because I couldn't eat candy that like my coach had to tell me, yo, you can't chew gum no more. And I'm like, okay, can't chew gum, fuck it, done with the gum. You know what I'm saying? Because it was just like whatever needs to be done, I'm doing it, you know? And that was just kind of my entire mentality going into it.
Yeah, I feel like, because I remember I was talking to you during the process, I'm like, Dan, how do you feel? You're like, I mean, it's not that hard for real. Like, you're like, I'm pretty locked in. I was like, shit. I mean, you just picked up bodybuilding and you just kind of like excelled at it.
I'm gonna say I'm gifted. Like I know that, you know, I'm above average in certain ways, but like things like that is just like, I'm not the type of person to see struggle and like run from it. Like I like to challenge myself, and I like to see what I'm capable of doing. And once I got started and I saw how things were going, I'm like, yo, let's take it all the way, you know, and let's see what really can be made of it, and everybody's saying like these things, and like let's see if it's the truth or not.
Yeah.
And it was really like kind of a soul searching thing in a way, because you hear so many people talking about what you could be, and the potential that you do have. And I'm not the type of person, I'm not going to sit here and like wonder or speculate. I'm like, let's see, everything. I see it too. Like let's see what's up, and that's kind of what it came about. And about things being hard, like it got hard towards the end, but going into it, I knew that it was going to be hard, and I mentally prepared myself for that. So when it became hard, it wasn't like a shell shock.
What was like the toughest thing for you personally?
I know a lot of people will think it's the cardio or the meal plan, but it wasn't. It was more the energy, I would say. The energy, and just the energy that you have to expend or like give to other people, because at the end of the day, like you're depleting your body, you're doing so much cardio, you're on such a strict plan, you see people living life outside, and you're kind of in your own little world, like only doing what you can, and you only have so much energy throughout the day to give. Yeah. And because you barely have enough energy to pull yourself through the day, the hardest part to me was kind of still facilitating those relationships and facilitating, the people that you're around, and giving them that part that they still need from you.
Was you like irritable? Like you was like annoyed all the time, or
just like irritable, quiet? Like I don't want to do much. It's kind of just like having attitudes.
I feel like you only, when you're on prep, you only have energy for like 30 minutes of like the actual workout cardio, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, like you keep all your energy to yourself to like put it into the workout, and when you're done, it's kind of just like you're done. So like even be able to scrape together a little bit of what you have left to like give to others, like I feel like that was the hardest part. And like just the mental battle of when things got tough, recognize that you can't quit, for one, but I think just seeing what everybody was doing and things like that, and then just wanting to, get to the end so you could. And I think the hardest part was honestly the energy, because cardio, you get used to it. You get better endurance, like it's not going to be the hardest thing. Your meals, like, it'll get monotonous or whatever, but you're eating clean. Like you don't have to worry about that type of stuff. But the only thing you can control is yourself and the energy that you have for people, and kind of like the mindset that you have to keep yourself in to keep going.
Yeah, facts. I feel like, so you did the show, right?
Yeah.
And then past that, now you're looking, like you said, you've never done an actual bulk before.
Yeah.
So now you're gonna like actually bulk.
Yeah. That's the plan. I think before I got onto my first plan, we bulked, I want to say, for maybe like 3-4 weeks or something like that. So like I got up in weight, but that was just because I wanted to start eating on a plan before we started cutting. But yeah, now that's why thinking about like future shows and things like that, I'm trying to bulk to a certain point, because I've never actually gone through a growth phase before. Yeah. Like everything that I have on me, it's just been from lifting
over the years and all that stuff. Damn, man. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting to see. Shit.
Yeah, I mean,
how much do you weigh right now? Like,
I ain't stepped on a scale in like months.
Yeah,
so I have no idea.
I hate that question myself.
So I'm guessing around somewhere between 218 and 225.
And you want to bulk up to
like 240.
Man, goddamn.
Yeah. That's the goal. I want to, and the thing about it is, like, obviously I want to compete for my pro card, things like that, but I don't want to step on stage until I know that I'm ready to do so. And obviously I know what my physique is, but I know what my physique needs to get to, and I'm not rushing the process just to say that I am or I did, and I don't want to be the type of person to have to keep going back over and over and over again to try to fulfill what I want without like taking the time to get there. You want
to, next time you step out, you want to be.
I want to be undeniable. Because even in winning overall in one show, but coming up short, in 2 shows, like I know how I got beat, and I know that bringing what I currently have to that type of stage is going to be pointless. It's a waste of time, So I want to make sure that when I go, I'm one and done. I'm undeniable. When I step out on stage, it's like, it's him,
I think that's one of the things that's missing now in the fitness community. Like people just be doing shows.
Just to do shows.
Yeah, and they don't have like no off season. They just want to do another show.
But the thing about it is, I kind of see it as it's part of it is social media, because one, people like to see you shredded, and they like to see that aesthetic, and because of that, it may force people into doing things quicker than they want to do. But it's just because I feel like some people don't really have the discipline to stay down through that time or make the most of what they're doing at that time. Like if somebody's shredded and they're like, okay, people want to see shredded content, they're like, I'm just gonna keep posting shredded content to fulfill these people, rather than show them like, yo, this is the real side of bodybuilding. Like you see the cut side, you see the stage ready side, but nobody wants to see the ugly side. But showing that transparency through it all is kind of like what I'm trying to do, especially as a natural, because obviously it's going to take a little bit longer for me because I'm not enhanced,
Shit, it might not.
I
I mean, shit. I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like you're 20, bro. You haven't even your body hasn't even matured yet all the way, which is like crazy.
And the thing about it is, I even know that I compete against people, one, that aren't natural, and then two, that are way older than me. Like when I was backstage at my first show, I told people I was 22. They were like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like I'm competing in the open class. I think the guy that beat me was in like mid 30s.
Yeah.
And that's when I recognized that I have so much time
Bruh.
to get to where I want to get to. Like I did my first show at 22, and I lost to somebody that was maybe 35, 36. And I'm in the back of my head, I'm like, we're competing in this same show right now, right? But give me 14 more years.
Yeah. Now his I mean, shout out to bro, but his journey's done. 36. I mean, that shit's done, bro. Like, so I'm thinking about how I felt physically when I was 22, and I'm like, I'm peak of my game.
Yeah.
Nigga, when you hit like 25, 26, 27, 28, that's when you really reach like your physical prime. And like once you hit like that 28 to like maybe like 32-ish, 33, that's like that prime period.
Yeah.
So you haven't even like entered, I mean, you're getting to that point, but like once you really hit that stride.
That's why I'm optimistic on what it could be.
Yeah.
Because I know that so much more is there to get. And like even now, like being where I am, I'm not fulfilled in a sense, but I'm content and I'm okay with how I am, because I know that even in 2 years, like I will look back on my first show and be like, yo, who is this guy?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
do you get bothered when when people say you're on shit?
No.
You're not natty?
I take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like everybody says that now, because at the end of the day, like, thank you. Like if you're assuming that my build is something that I couldn't attain by just working hard, one, that says a lot about you, but then two, it's just showing that, hey, like maybe I do look good,
Bro, you know what I think it is though? I think a lot of people just they don't get to see what's genetically possible.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I was about to say something. Oh, fuck
Say
it, man.
bro. People are weak, bro.
Yeah, man,
people are weak, bro.
All right. I think the sport and social media, like what people have their eyes on, is just dominated by a lot of white people. And it's like, you don't get the chance to see like what's physically and genetically possible in other races. Like, bro, if my brothers lifted weights for real, they'll have better physiques than me. Like, my brother's like, what, 6 foot? If he lifted weights for real, like, he got his tiny waist and shit. If he lifted weights, he'd blow up and be bigger than me.
Yeah. And it's just because I feel like, granted, I don't know too much history about, bodybuilding, things like that, so I don't want to, like, say something controversial. People, they're going to be like, oh, black people been dominating this sport.
Yeah.
Ronnie, I don't want to,
But I'm talking about social media, because it's a bunch of, because honestly, the only people that accuse me are like white people.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about it, is because I know, especially like growing up where I grew up, like people used to see bodybuilding as like a sport that wasn't really that like admirable to people. It's like, oh, you're a bodybuilder, like, oh, you gym head, you lift weights, you take steroids, blah blah blah. It's like people don't want to associate themselves with that. And especially I think like in the more modern black community, that's what people see it as. But then on the other side, a lot of people see it as, like they see people that they look to and they're like, I want to look like that, and this is what it takes to get there, so I'm going to do whatever it takes, without like understanding that you need to take the time to grow within yourself before you start even like considering doing things like that. And I think another thing is that people think that that's all it takes until they get to the point where they're done with it, and they shrink right back to their normal frame. And I've seen that happen to people before too, because they were never able to build real muscle without any type of help until now they're not getting help anymore. And now it's like you're right back to yourself before. Because
I feel like too, like if you started taking it, would be a different story, because you actually have a foundation set for yourself, because you spent time naturally building muscle. There's a lot of people, like, which scares me honestly, is you have these young kids that start taking steroids at like 18, 19, 20. It's like, bro, you didn't even give your body a chance. Like,
that's one of my entire purposes, like getting into bodybuilding and wanting to stay natural and show what is attainable naturally, is to show people that are looking up to all these people that are maybe competing and becoming pros and things like that, and then they're promoting what they're using, and they're promoting and getting codes with these companies to help people buy it and things like that. I want to show people like, yo, like you don't have to potentially critically mess up your life to get to the point where you want to get to, and that's why, like, for me, my entire kind of goal with competing in bodybuilding is showing people like working hard, being consistent, being disciplined can get you here, you know, and you don't need to take, you know, potential shortcuts to get there. Granted, you know, will it make the process faster? Yeah, whatever. But genetics and everything play a role into everything, you know? So like if you just think you're going to start taking something and just blow up, but your genetics aren't even made up for that, you know?
That must suck. Like, you you take steroids and you find out you're not like a great responder.
Right, and you're just like, damn.
Now you're just sitting there, you're just like, you just fucked your shit up.
I just knocked off 20 for no reason. You know
it's like, I always tell people, like, bro, work out for a decent amount of time and like really fucking push yourself.
Yeah.
And then identify what your goals are. If you want to become like a pro, for real, and like you've spent maybe like half, I would say more than half a decade, but you know how people's brains work. They just want that shit like short term.
Now,
but you spend a decent ass amount of time building your body and trying your best. And you're like, okay, I want this goal. Like, I want to be a pro. I've mapped it out for myself. I know what it looks like. I just need that extra little push to go there.
Yeah.
Make that decision for yourself.
Right.
But I always tell people, like, bro, train. Because I'll have these, like, 17-year-old kids come up to me. It's like, oh, like, you know, I want to, I'll never forget. I had, like, this 16-year-old kid come to me. He's like, oh, I want to take steroids. Like, what do you think I should do? I'm like, bro, you're 16, bro. Like, I'm like, you shouldn't even be thinking about that shit until you're, like, maybe, like, fucking, I don't even want to say 25. That's young as hell to me. Like, older, just
right.
You just want to have like your goals in mind. Because I'm like, bro, you're 16. You might be into fitness for like 2 years and then just like jump into some other shit.
And that's the same thing. Like, even not to spin it off bodybuilding and put it back to content creation. Is like the amount of people that think like, yo, I want to get into content creation. I want to buy the best camera, the best this, the best that. And it's like, bro, you don't even like, you ain't even set a camera up to talk to a camera yet to know if you like content creation. It's like, thinking about it in the bodybuilding sense, like, you haven't even been working out long enough to know that this is what you want to do. Like, this is what you could potentially look like if you maybe lifted 10 more pounds than you doing before, blah, blah, blah. But like, you just want the instant gratification that you see other people have and you think is for you.
Yeah. So right now for you, the goal for bodybuilding is just to take it as far as you want it to, see how far you can take it, or do you have a specific goal that you want to take?
Oh, I'm going to be on the Olympia stage.
Okay.
100%.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You can quote that. You know what I'm saying? Look in the camera so you can quote that one. Yeah, I'm going to be on the Olympia stage. You can quote that one. Yeah, 100%. And I'm going to do it naturally. And that's what's going to happen.
Damn, that would be, I mean, you could do it.
I'm gonna turn pro natural.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be on the Olympia stage as a natural.
I don't think it's I think you could do it. Because like once I like 22, which is crazy. When's your birthday?
May 12th.
Yeah, man. 22, serious bulk.
Yep. 01.
Yeah, I can see that shit.
He said 01 is crazy.
What?
2001. Like birth year.
Oh shit. 01. Damn. I'm saying that shit now where I'm like, I was born in the 1900s.
You got like some cred, bro. They gonna call you old, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel old as fuck. Like, like 1900s, bro. Like, damn. So I wanted to talk to you because I wanted to ask you about this because this is a little bit different. What is it like dating someone that does literally the same thing that you do?
It's
Crane rolled her eyes, by the way. Oh, okay.
I would say it's a lot easier than I expected it to be.
Okay.
Because at first I was under the impression that I didn't want to be with somebody that made content. Because I always seen it as like it would always be like clashing, and it was kind of just that I wanted to do this and I wanted to be the person that made the content and things like that, and I just wanted, you know, that to be my thing, you know, and I didn't want it to be like turn it into a social media relationship and do a whole bunch of these other things because I've seen how left it can go. But then like since being with Crane and like recognizing how much easier it makes things, it's like it's a whole different world, bro, because it's kind of just like you're able to do so much with each other that can be turned into so many different things just off the fact that one, y'all both are personable enough that people like y'all, you know, to make content. Two, you know, you both have personalities in sports and things that people can attach themselves to, and you have your own, you know, lane to be in. And you understand that like when somebody has to make a video or when somebody has to edit and take the time to do these certain things, it's just so much more of a what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like you're here with each other, you know? And even the fact like we both go to the gym and train for real, like it's just another like kind of commonality.
It's another thing you get to share with the person. Because I feel like I mean, I've never dated someone that's like literally does the exact same. Like we both are influencers. But I would imagine like if you guys are locked in, it's like there's more conversations that could be had. It's like, oh shit, guess what this happened? X, Y, Z, yo, check this out. Or hey, you should think about putting this here or doing X, Y, Z with your videos. So it's almost like you guys get to bounce ideas off of each other. Yeah. And then also help each other in y'all's growth.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's definitely like it just brings more to life than, just you have like multiple aspects of life that you could talk about.
Yeah.
Because you can talk about things that are going on like personally in the world and things like that. But then you also talk about, things that you see on social media. You can talk about, deals. You can talk about, growth and that entire side. But yeah, I don't know. Like I never thought about what it could be because I didn't want that, and I don't know what made me like feel that way until like it happened, and I was like, why was I so scared of this? You know?
How's training together? Like,
we ain't trained together in a minute. I ain't gonna lie.
So I mean, like, okay, so like, let's say when it's time to go work out, what's the conversation? It's like, which gym are we going to?
Yeah,
like, X, Y,
it started on some like, what we finna wear, because if it's a content day, like obviously
you want to match,
maybe or something like that.
Shit.
And then it's like where are we gonna go? Because granted, she's on plan right now, so I want to make sure that she's training in the environment and with the equipment that's gonna be best for her, and I can get it in majority of like anywhere, you know. But then it kind of turns into, I mean, obviously sometimes we go separate ways and things like that. But we go to a gym and it's like some gyms have enough for her and not enough for me, and then some gyms have enough for me and not enough for her. So it kind of have to find a balance within that. But training together is cool because it's like you go to the gym, you walk in and you separate, and it's like you do your own thing, she do her own thing, and we come back at the end, and it's kind of like you're able to have that time where you can still lock in, and granted, but the person that you're with is here. So like if you need support, you need assistance, they're right across the room.
Yeah, that's interesting because like I know I've had someone on the podcast before and we talked about not training with this girl, but I feel like everyone's different, or I feel like certain people are different, right? Because I mean, Karen's an athlete, so she has like a set plan and a goal for what she wants to accomplish.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of dudes that have girls that train or like they like to work out, and it's always a problem because I just feel like girls train differently than men sometimes. I feel like there's like an emotional roller coaster that happens with them, and especially if they're both powerlifters. I'm talking about powerlifters.
Okay.
So like, there's like an emotional roller coaster for them that's like just average for like a gym session. Like maybe like a girl like will like cry for her top set or like do all that kind of stuff. And like the dude's like just very linear. It's like I need to do this, and then like it just kind of like I just like messes up what the guy has going on because like emotionally it's one way, and then for a girl it kind of goes like this, but that's just natural for them. And I know Jesus talked about that on the podcast. That's why I was curious.
No, it's definitely the complete opposite.
Yeah.
If I'm in the gym and I see, and like back in my head, you probably don't even know this, but like back in my head, if she training harder than me, I'm going harder. No cap.
If she ignores you?
No, if she training harder than me, I'm going harder.
Oh shit! Okay.
We don't like when we first started training together. We started training together, and we like it used to be like committed, but we would push ourselves to go harder than the next person. You know what I'm saying? Like if you lifting this way, I'm going up. Like granted, is strong as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not like training with some little girl. You know what I'm saying? Like you're training with an athlete. You feel me? So like then it's definitely not like an emotional roller coaster like you would say. I would definitely say it's more just like you have a legit partner, because I've trained with guys that trains harder than, and I've trained and like training with her is kind of like you go in the gym with somebody that that if you about to fail, she can lift this shit off you. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. It's cool. Because it's like you always know that you're gonna have that support in the gym. You know what I'm saying?
When you're like, I'm talking to the guys listening to this podcast. You're like dating a girl and like, damn well she ain't finna help you. Like,
bro, what?
Shit, yeah.
Like, and this is funny because I've even like I've trained with guys before, and like I'll see a guy like start lifting weights, and then they'd be like start being on just some straight, just like soft shit, bro. And then it's like I'll be thinking about it. I'm like, bro, Crane would never do this, bro. Like, it's like, bro, you telling me like she's going harder than you, bro? And I'm like, yeah. But no, training with her is fun for sure.
Yeah. Do you guys have any challenges in regards to just like the fitness space and being in the same realm?
Challenges how?
Or just like annoyances?
No, honestly, I wouldn't say so.
What? No, he's just like, no. Oh, we straight.
No. I'm saying my truth. I believe him. I will say like there's definitely been some struggles, I guess, in my sense, in terms of recognizing that obviously y'all do the same thing, but you're not going to be given the same, because at the end of the day, it's like she has a platform, I have a platform. And even though we are as close together, like me recognizing that her platform is huge, you know what I'm saying? It's who she is and the things that she does. And it's like, sometimes I've gotten to the point where I've seen things and I'm like, yo, like damn, where this at? You know what I'm saying? But it's like I've learned to grow to be more grateful and appreciative and like supportive in that sense than trying to think like what's for her is gonna be for me too.
That's a fucking interesting interesting conversation, because I feel like on social media, like women's ceiling can be higher.
Yeah, I would say so,
because it's like you could appeal to men and you could also appeal to women.
Yeah.
So like their social medias might grow faster. Like their shit just be booming.
Right.
So you're over here comparing, like, bro, like what the fuck?
Yeah,
like,
and it's funny because even in terms of like just so like posting certain things, it's like she can get away with so much more. Where it's like I feel like my content has to be like above and beyond and over the top to get, and then it's craning, just like she just craning, it's just like it works for her,
I've been telling, like me and my shout out to Josh, we had a conversation about how like he like, I know this girl that just popped off like recently on social media, like she's fucking killing it, and he's like, man, because she a girl, man. I'm like, I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, her content is like really, really good, bro.
Yeah.
So it's like her ceiling is just gonna be higher than yours naturally. And in some ways, you do gotta do a little bit extra more as a dude, which is like funny to say because it's like, in society, women are always like kind of put down on the lower rung. So when you're thinking about it, it sounds crazy to say it's like, bro, I gotta do more than her to get like, where she's at. But I mean, sometimes it is true. But I don't know. I think times like, whenever you guys are creating content, it's dope because you guys can you build each other up. Together.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say that, because even like going back to the fact where you were talking about like women are able to appeal to both men and women, like it's so less common that you see women truly supporting men.
Fuck no.
Right? So it's like I think guys are the complete opposite. Like they'll support a woman in a way that a woman wouldn't support a man, and social media wise, at least. Obviously, like sometimes niggas be like in thirst traps and things like that. But like you just see what I'm saying. But like you were saying, in terms of like helping promote each other, is like people will see my content and like me for me, but then like me for us together, right?
Yeah.
And then, but at the same time, people will see her content and like her for her, and then like her for us, and we're able to have, that balance between both, because people have literally come up to us and be like, I love y'all together, I love y'all separate, keep doing what y'all doing, But that's why I like being with somebody that is in the same realm as you and can do the same thing. It just is so much more helpful because she understands like what I'm going through more than somebody that wasn't doing the same would understand,
Yeah, because I was gonna say too, like, it is hard to get like a woman to follow. Not that you're trying to get like women to follow you, but it's hard to get a woman to invest in a male influencer. Yeah, like why the fuck would she? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Versus like, a girl follows Cranon, and it's like, I'm a girl, she's a girl, she motivates me, and then dudes are like, no, she's
stronger than me, and then exactly that. Yeah.
And then girls is like, why the fuck am I watching this dude like fucking post like IG stories and shit like that?
Yeah,
but if you guys are coming together in a package deal, it's like I like them together. Yeah. And it's like, oh shit, like he's cool too. Like I fuck with the way that he treats her and all that kind of shit. So.
Yeah. No, it's definitely a blessing for sure.
Yeah. Kind of gets your foot in the door a little bit. Have you guys ever thought about making a couple YouTube
a joint page? Yeah. We've talked about it. It. We have for sure. But it's definitely something that we talked about will come like further down the line once things are like more and more solidified.
How do you guys Oh, this is funny. How do you guys decide who's gonna post a couple shit? Because you know them shit's gonna go crazy. So you're like, I want it on my page this time. Like, how do you?
No. Because most of the time, like Instagram, you can collab now. So like anytime that there's something that's like both of us, like we're gonna post it together, we'll collab it.
Yeah. But then what about TikTok? Like,
I think majority of the time, like we will both individually post it, but there's always a spin that we do like differently on each of ours. So like if it's a video, like it's kind of like you're seeing two perspectives of the same thing on like those type of social media. But on Instagram, things like that, like we'll collab. If it's something that she wants to post, like she can post it. We talk about it. Like if I want to post this, and like we'll post this. But majority of stuff that's us together, like we'll collab it.
Because I'm thinking like in my head, I'm thinking it's like like I had this. It'll be like you're getting ready, and it's like, oh, I just saw this trend. I want to do it together.
Yeah.
And you're like, damn, I wish I thought.
No, I ain't gonna lie, we be doing that sometimes. Like she'll send me a trend and be like, she'll be like, we need to do this. I'll be like, damn, I was gonna like that, you know. So no, it definitely be like that sometimes funny. For sure. But I think there's a healthy balance between it though, because there's obviously like, in my page, there's some like couple things that you see girls posting, and it's like I'll do it to go on her page, but it's like I wouldn't do that trend on my page type of thing. You feel what I'm saying? So
there's things that are like more, like on the feminine side, content wise. Yeah. So you're like, I mean, I wouldn't do that trend. Yeah. So like, let's just do it together.
Yeah. And what was it? It was the Moana one. That what's it called? We were in Hawaii, and she did this one where she's like running on the beach singing Moana, and then she was like you need to do it. I was like, bro, I'm not doing it, bro. And then I did it, and it ended up going up hella crazy. So it was like certain stuff like that. It definitely be like you would think like I'm not gonna do it, but then like certain trends that end up getting done.
Is there anything that like she's brought to you? You're like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Is there?
No, you're pretty open.
Yeah, I think we're pretty open. Yeah.
Crazy shit like.
Yeah.
No, just like some shit where you're just like, bro, I don't want to do this one.
No,
like,
I pretty much do everything.
Pretty much,
yeah, because I mean, a lot of the she knows me, so it's like she's not gonna
bring you shit where it's like he's not gonna do that shit. Yeah, because I'm thinking there's certain shit where I'm just like, I just can't even like, I don't even want like that image of me out. Like,
no, I know, I don't care.
Like, no, I'm just thinking because I'm like, I've seen some trends where I'm like, I just can't even do that.
No, it's but I think I've grown to the point where it's like you do things for your girl that you may not want to do, like and it's kind of just like if it makes her happy, we doing it, So like,
I'm trying to have some brownie points today, boy.
I'm just saying because like some things you'll see and you'll be like, bro, I'm not trying to do this shit, bro. Yeah. But then it's like she's like, bro, let's do this. I'm like, okay, come on, what I'm saying. So like it'd be like that sometimes for sure, but like it's always those things where the goal is to make her happy, and the goal is to like fulfill those needs. So like I'll do some stuff.
What's because you said that your parents are very traditional. How was that process of like kind of integrating Crandon into your family?
It's definitely been a different type of dynamic because at first my mom told me from like a kid, how Caribbean women are in like the household, where it's like she used to tell me like, I don't want to meet anybody you're with, don't bring anybody to me unless it's the one, you know what I'm saying? So like even in high school, like growing up, you go with like prom, you go to homecoming, like you taking pictures like and stuff like that. My mom was like, I'm not going. I don't want to see your date. Like none of that. Don't bring her to me. You know what I'm saying? So like meeting Crandon was definitely a different experience because when I was telling her about her and I was like, hey, like, it's serious this time, and like she came to the graduation. That was the first time she met her when she came to the graduation. And obviously it's kind of like you be standoffish at first, and it's like you can sense that it's kind of like a like good to meet you, but I got my eye on you type of thing. Yeah. But then like I was able to get her to come to Jamaica with us, and that's like on our family trip. And there's only one person I've ever brought to Jamaica, is my friend Christian in high school. And my parents used to always say like, don't bring a woman to our house in Jamaica unless y'all about to get married. You feel me? So she was like, so that's when it was kind of like when I had asked her, like brought it up to her. That was the first time I ever brought that up to her. So she was kind of just like, oh, I see now. And then she was like, talk to your dad, talk to me, and then we'll like figure it out. And she came down there and like, they definitely became like, started having like more and more conversations and things like that. And she started like kind of learning more about the Jamaican culture and the way, and she kind of understands now why she was so reserved at first, but she definitely like opened up to it now.
Yeah. That's dope. I feel like that transition is always tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Like, cause like when you have like strict ass parents, and like,
and cause your parents too. So it's
they're finna be on some shit. Yeah, and it's just like, damn, like, and like you're like sometimes they just be straight up. Yeah, and it's just like awkward as fuck. Yeah, and it's just like
and my dad literally told me, like, he pulled me to the side and he was like, I like her. And he was like, I tell you if I did, and I was like, I know.
It's always like I'm sure it's like a sigh of relief. You're like,
good. God, you know what I'm saying? So it was definitely, but it was a fun experience too, because this time in Jamaica it kind of ended up being like a lot not worse than I expected, but like there was a wedding going at the same time. Like every single one of my aunts was there at the same time. Like she met like so many people that's in like my life that nobody else ever met before. You know what I'm saying? It just so happened to be like at that time, and they've all said good things about her. So yeah, it's been good.
That's dope, man. But like y'all together as like influencers, is there like a next step that maybe you guys are looking towards? And if not, is there something individually that you're looking to kind of like take that next step as a content creator?
I get together, it would definitely be like, and we already started taking these steps in terms of like the brands that we're partnered with and things like that. Like obviously we're both with the same, clothing brands, supplement brands and things like that. And we're trying to like align things a lot more because we know how powerful we are together, and we're much more powerful together than we are separate because we hit so many different avenues, So in terms of just like growing and progressing in the future, we've definitely had conversations about how we plan to, market ourselves together and, try to bring the most force to the industry because we know that together we hold so much more power, So that's why I would say like, I don't want to spill the beans on like no plans that we got set in yet, you know what I'm saying? But we've definitely had conversations about, like moving forward and how we're going to be able to, be such an impact because, we both target so many different audiences separately, but then together, like the field and the, just the range of people that we're able to impact is just so much larger.
Yeah. I'll be telling y'all behind the scenes. I'll be waiting for y'all to start y'all shit. Like, something, like, you know what I'm saying?
We might have some stuff in the works. I ain't gonna spill no beans, but we might have some stuff in the works for sure.
We talked like on the drive to the airport or whatever. But like I said, I'm always excited to see like where you guys could take it because I feel like it's a new generation now. Yeah. And I just want you guys to be as successful as y'all possibly can. So like I just know like whenever y'all do whatever the fuck y'all gonna do, it's gonna be up for real.
I appreciate that. That's our goal. We know that we're both two, people that are not quote unquote normal, like two unique people, like two people that are destined for something. And so like even just bringing that together, like we know that whatever we do create in the future, like it's gonna be one of ones to look out for.
I remember when y'all was walking around Houston like on some shit, but like not saying nothing.
Man. That's y'all in the whole world, bro. The whole world was speculating.
Well, it would be so funny because like y'all be posting shit together, and then like it's like, why the fuck is everyone asking us? I'm like, dog, y'all came in together. Like we're like, yo, what's going on here? And I remember there's like this time we was going to Miami, and like we were in the car, and I made a joke. What did I say? I said something like, so y'all. Like I was like, so y'all finna tell the way y'all together yet or some shit? Or like, I think I said something like I was in the front. I just turned. I was like, y'all together or whatever. And then you're like, man, here you go with that shit. And like it got quiet. I was like, I guess you don't want to say nothing. But
no, it was definitely a period of time where everybody thought they knew, but nobody knew. But it was kind of just like we knew because the kind of trajectory and things that we wanted to take it, but we didn't want to bring it to light until it was time.
That's good. Now y'all did it the right way. I feel like
I appreciate that.
I feel like if you jump into something and just post it. Some don't work.
You got to make sure it's real first, especially with this the way social media and things is like the way that people tear you down for things like that is like it's bad, And like I see it happen a lot and things like that. So we definitely talked about the potential of what could be, and it's like we want to make sure that when we bring this out, it's like we've already done worked out all the kinks and we know that's like because you don't want to like start doing things and then 3 months later, it's like, what happened to so and so, and it's like, let me story time. It's like, nah, bro. So it's like, it was definitely a work in progress.
That TikTok. All right, let me tell you what the fuck happened.
You feel what I'm saying? But I'm very happy that it happened that way. And it kind of the hype was definitely there.
Oh yeah.
So like, and then it got to the point, people were like, oh, we been new. It's like we just wait for the confirmation, blah blah. But like,
Was there like because I feel like as men, there's like people in general, you have like this set period for yourself. Like when you're talking to a girl, you have like rules. You're like, all right, 5 months. That's my time frame. I need to talk to her for 5 months before I start dating her. I mean, that's not my time frame. I'm just saying like in general. I'm just saying in general. I have to talk to her for 5 months and to start dating her. Did you have like set rules for yourself for her? And it's like, we need to be talking for X amount of time. And then after that, I'll start making.
I would say no, because from the day we met each other, the chemistry was there.
Okay.
So it was kind of just like we started talking, and it was kind of just like a playful, just seeing what things were.
Yeah, he was like, let me just throw this out here. See the vibes real quick.
But the thing about it is our
face.
What?
She's like.
No. But like our friendship and our dynamic was so like naturally great.
Yeah.
It was kind of like a thing that I didn't want to, overstep and be like,
bro,
like,
I'm so sorry. I just started remembering. Yeah, you guys were on a historic run, bro.
What does that mean?
Bro, I remember when you came down to Houston, you were staying in her crib and you're like, and like you guys would post like the most intimate shit. And then like, are y'all together? Whoa. bro, I'll never forget. There's this one time. There's
Oh
this one
my
video.
gosh.
She,
I'm promise. No, that's what I'm saying. I promise you, like.
We're friends. I swear to you.
I promise.
So,
like,
okay,
from the
alright.
minute, no, I'm telling you, from the minute everybody was saying, "Oh, y'all are like," no, it was literally,
bro,
like,
Izzy, cue the footage, please.
what he's finna play,
Bro, we're finna play all the motherfucking videos, bro. I remember because I do remember because they would send it in the group chat. And I'm like, I don't know if they together because I can't tell. Like they would y'all pull up to the gym and it'll be on some y'all just, I guess y'all weren't together at that point. But I'm like, bro, when I'm watching that shit, I'm like, yo, the fuck? These niggas dating for sure. There was this one video. I think you were in bed or something and she was bringing you a birthday present or something. I don't fucking know.
what?
It was for your birthday.
Yeah.
When
I got you.
when I first moved down,
Yes.
she had got me a birthday present.
Something like that. I
Yeah.
don't know. Something. I'm like,
People thought that because of what the gift was.
Yeah, that's what it was.
either or. I'm like, yo.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was saying our dynamic. Like that was
so good.
No, that was my best friend.
Okay.
So it was like
so good. Then it was like, okay, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
but it was like that's why like when people would say that they were really just commenting on the dynamic and on the banter and the way that we operated around each other
yeah.
because I don't think we put out anything that was like you could be considered as like intimate or nothing like that. It's more just like speculation.
It's speculation.
It's speculation.
so?
Well, I think it was. I think
It's what people
that's what I'm
want.
saying.
Not intimate.
What people wanted. They seen them together all the time.
And it's like
Okay.
they're gonna attach to it. So it's like if like I see this and if I keep saying it's like it might be true and it's like I think
Yeah.
that's where it came. But
You have
no.
to remember my personality too. How
Okay.
I'm a girl's girl, but I'm a guy's girl. Like,
Wait, can you talk in the mic real quick? Just very briefly. I don't want to. You're talking. You're saying a whole sentence. And I'm like,
I was just saying you have to understand my personality. I'm a girl's girl, but I'm also a guy's girl. I can be group of girls oh my gosh, hey, but also I can be with guys and be like, yo, what's good, what's up,
yeah.
and guys just vibe with me off of yo, shorty's just cool.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that's how our vibe was. He was like, yo, she cool for real. So-
okay.
I'm telling you, there was a point we had a conversation where it came up where we were like, yo, what is this gonna be? You know what I'm saying? But then
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
we both talked about the fact that we were yo, our dynamic and our relationship is so great right now. It's we don't want to mess it up by incorporating feelings. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? But that's why I'm saying from at the jump, it was literally just yo, this is my dog. You know what I'm saying? I could literally say out of that was my one true girlfriend. You feel
Yeah.
me? And that's why it was so natural like that, and people loved it like that because they seen how natural it was. It wasn't forced. It wasn't on some trying to be lovey dovey. It's
Yeah.
we posing in the gym, we doing the same. It's we had the same interests, had the same everything, and people just enjoyed it. And they just was if y'all not gonna say it, we gonna say it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's kind of just let's just keep putting the thought out there that maybe. And then it was yeah. You know.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then, where's the point where you're okay, let's keep
What you
or
mean?
are you talking about the people were saying that?
The people.
Oh, okay,
The people.
okay.
No, we never were the type to be oh, let's keep edging them
Yeah,
on.
keep, yeah.
No, we didn't do that for sure.
You say edging?
Edging them on? Ain't that what I mean?
That's crazy.
What?
Edging them on?
I know what you meant.
Y'all relax.
I know what you mean.
Y'all relax, bro.
I know what you mean. It's because you know why people always comment on my shit. So I just edged myself to your shit. I'm like, nigga.
See, that's yeah. All right. See,
Blocking people all the time.
It's yo, I'm just edging my. I'm like, yo,
that's
stop,
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
bro. That's dope. So maybe potentially a joint channel.
Potentially, yeah, potentially.
I feel I feel like it's a lot of pressure. It's scary sometimes.
No, but I mean, we've had conversations about it.
Yeah.
When the time is right, it'll happen.
Yeah.
But that's why we do what we do now, and it works. And that's why we said when the time is to get something together like that, that's when it'll come. But overall, the dynamic is great. Crane is great. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of them things that. Blessed to be in the type of position, to be with somebody that has the same interests, the same, lifestyle, the same career goals and motivation and discipline and everything that I have. And it's just it's a great, space to be in.
Keep piling that shit up. Hell yeah, boy. That's good though. I feel I like how you guys are generally locked in because I feel a lot of people. Sometimes people do it for social media, literally, they want to get together because they know it's gonna boost themselves up together as a couple on social media, and it's gonna help like with their algorithm and shit like that.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see that you guys are like actually locked in for real.
Yeah.
You guys are doing it because you actually want to.
Yeah, and we talked about that in the past too. That we know that like it would be different if it was like somebody had a platform and somebody didn't, and it's kind of just like now you're leeching off of somebody else. But it's like we both had our own things going, and it was like coming together in that way we knew would bolster both of us. It's not like somebody's gonna be feeding off of somebody else. And that's why it's been so smooth, because it's not like you gain clout from somebody and now it's like now you're known for that person. Like we had our own things going. She's phenomenal in her sport. I'm growing in my sport, and it was kind of just like bringing everything together. It was just like encompassing of it all, like in the social media sense, but obviously like in the emotional and like physical sense, like it was something completely different, but like talking about that side for sure, like we've talked about the fact that we know that's not us, you know.
That's good. So recently we were kind of all in LA at the same time, and you got to experience like a different side of the fitness community. How would you I guess my question would be, what is your take on the fitness industry right now?
That's a good question. The take on the fitness industry now is just that you take the good with the bad, and you recognize that there's influencers, there's content creators, and there's athletes, right? And in the fitness community, there's a general mix of them all, but you start to be able to recognize and decipher like what's what, because I think people now are starting to recognize the cringiness and everything of it, and they're starting to see those people as a set, and then they're starting to see people that make good quality content to put out to people, and then you start to see people that are actually athletes, and it's like the social media content that they create is to portray and showcase what they do, and then that's kind of why like there's a blend within the fitness community, but like I don't know, like I was never the type of person, like when I was growing up, I don't know like what the fitness community came from, because I didn't watch fitness content like growing up and things like that. So no, people like throw out the names of like all the like the OGs and things like that, and how it used to be, and I know nothing about that. All I know is like now, like growing up, I watched Simeon Panda, and that was it, because it was a buff black dude, and
that's
I was
OG,
like,
that's
he's
OG,
cool,
OG,
you know what I'm saying? And it was like that's what I saw, and so I didn't know he just made workout videos, so I didn't know like what fitness content really looked like until I got into the space, and I recognized like there's certain people that do certain things for views, there's certain people that do certain things for educational and motivation, and there's certain people that are athletes and use this to like help showcase what they do.
I think like the difference from when there's like the OG fitness community, the difference now is that people have recognized that you could become famous from doing social media and fitness. Right. So before, it's like it was filled with a bunch of gym rats that loved working out. And the fitness and the fame was like a byproduct of that. Versus now it's like, I want to be famous, I want to be popular, so I'm gonna work out. Because it's grown so much.
I say the same, and that's the same thing we talked about earlier, just about like how people have recognized like what's possible with it, and now trying to like gravitate towards it. Because even at first, like setting up tripods used to be like looked down on, and now you got gyms that are created literally for that sole purpose. You know what I'm saying? Now people are tailoring towards like what things are trending to be.
I was training the other day, and they literally brought in like 10 new tripods into the gym.
Like just for people to use.
Yeah, for people to use, for general use. And I'm like, damn, like I remember shit, there was no way. I remember one time, I don't know if I told this story on the podcast. One time I was going to Subway and I was vlogging, and I was about to film him making my sandwich. And he goes, like, I start filming, and he goes, my nigga, you really about to record me making a sandwich? And I was like, I felt so stupid, bro. I was like, nah, I'm not. I was like, can I get lettuce and bacon?
Oh, God, just finish the sub, bro.
And I remember I sat in my car, because it was funny, because I sat in my car before, and I saw who was like at the front, and I was like, fuck. Because I was a black dude, so I was like, fuck, man, he's finna think I'm like a weirdo. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. Fuck it. And then like what I just said happened. And then when I got home, I remember I was editing the video and I had nothing to edit. And I was like, I'm never gonna let someone like make me insecure. And uncomfortable, because I'm like, bro, that was like 2 seconds out of the day that I forgot, and he probably forgot. And it's like I'm sitting here with nothing, no content left.
Yeah.
But I think now, like with social media, like when you go out now, people are kind of, oh shit, you vlog,
Yeah.
and like there'll be part, oh shit, you vlog, hey, what's up, yo? I'm
Yeah.
like, bro, I had to like,
Yeah, I mean, it was. I felt like it was taboo for
Oh, yeah,
in a
hell
certain
yeah.
period of time. Like it was just that you see people recording, and you just like, oh, influencer,
Yeah.
and now it's kind of just like a. You recorded, hey, what's your, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yo, what's
It's
your
like,
yo, follow me, bro.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's kind of taking a spin just because people have seen what's possible from it, and I definitely think like the state of the fitness community, and I don't know, I feel like this may be something completely different, but from what it was to what it is now, like it's completely different than what it was, because obviously trends change and things like that, but to see where it could be, it's kind of promising, but it's kind of scary at the same time to see like what the future could hold, you know.
Is there anything in particular that you don't like about the current state of the fitness industry?
The only reason I can't say anything because I don't associate myself with that, with the parts that I don't like.
Okay.
Like we went to Zoo the other day, right? And we were happened to be at the grand the anniversary, right?
2-year
Yeah,
anniversary.
so we were there, and then you start seeing the different types of influence. You see the people wrestle me for $100. You see the people walking around in suits with a sign. You see the girls taking pictures that ain't working out. You see the people actually training, and you see a mix of everything. But it's kind of like that's just what the community is, because like you can't really segment the things that you like about it to try to like say like this is how it should be, because obviously everybody got their own niche. You may not agree with it at the end of the day, but like I let man do you know what I'm saying, like if that's what you want to do, go ahead. Like I'm not bothered by it. Will I in the back of my head be like, what are you doing? Like sure, but like if that's you, like that's you feel me? So like somebody could look at what I do too and say the same about me. So like that's why I can't really say that there's an aspect of it that I don't necessarily like. It's just kind of just that I understand within the community the different parts of it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like all these pieces make up the whole. So it's like the people that
you gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah, the people that are going to interview you, it's like, hey, are you natty?
Yeah,
it's like that's part of the.
That's
fitness community.
exactly what it is.
It's part of the process, and I mean, we talked about it at the gym too. It's like I don't fuck with none of that shit. Like I don't fuck with none of that shit. And I train. All that extra shit is extra shit.
Yeah.
But now, like as I've gotten older, and I've just kind of like realized, like, yo, you could use that to your benefit. It's like, okay, like let's say in the past, I would say no to like someone being like, hey, can I ask you a question? Are you natty or not? I'd be like, I don't feel comfortable doing that. Now I'll be like, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And then like maybe one person watching would be like, hey, I fuck with that guy's energy. I fuck with his look or whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and follow him. And then that's my opportunity to now show like, hey, this is my side of the quote unquote fitness industry. This is what I do. And it's almost like having or being the change that you want to see in the community.
Yeah.
Not so much like the change, but just being the, fuck it. The change that you want to see in the community. It's like, hey, I'm going to do what I do and hopefully I convert and bring people to something that they
I can agree with that for sure, because I see the change in it because I had to go through it. Like when I started, it was, the trying to go viral, the different type of, contents where it's like you see those things now and you're kind of just like I knew that was me. Like I remember we were talking about that, like we used to fly out for events and like, it's going to be a big, fitness social gathering. And it's like, I need to be there to like get my foot in the door type of thing. So that's why like I see it now and I know that's what it is. Right. Because I've gone through that now. So even knowing now that like I'm inspiring people, being past that part, inspiring people doing my own thing and inspiring people, being who I am. But I see both sides. You know what I'm saying?
It's interesting to watch like you mature in the industry because it's like, there's like the stages that I feel like people need to kind of like go through, and then they'll finally realize like where exactly they want to be and like what they want to do. Kind of like what you said, like when you first started, you're like you want to be in the mix
everywhere. I'm trying to.
You want to be everywhere.
I'm there.
You want to be seen.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want to go to the gym. Who's gonna recognize me? Da da da. Like X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
And then after you go through that, you're like, all right, cool. Like I've done this shit. Like I don't mind. Like I don't mind like falling back a little bit more.
Yeah.
The question I want to ask you now is that as like your sponsorships grow, do you feel the need to fulfill those I guess like obligations? So like you guys are going out to Miami pretty soon. You guys are just in UK.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be a point where you're saying no to doing all this type of things when you start locking in more with bodybuilding?
That's a good question. Just because I've always seen myself as a one to take initiative. So like when I first signed as in the creative program with Gymshark, I signed, I want to say on like a Wednesday or Thursday. They had their 10-year anniversary on Venice in LA that same weekend. I booked the flight the next day. And it was just because like I always see myself as a person to take the initiative to be there, to like put my face out there to show y'all like I'm putting the effort in towards that, because I would hope that you would put the effort back in like towards me, you know. And I've always seen myself as that person, but you know, as opportunities continue to present themselves, like you recognize that being young and being in the mix and everything like that, like it's cool and you want to be out in front of everybody and things like that. But at the same time, like when things become more serious, you have to start, you know, being a little bit more selfish with your time and things like that. I know we talked about that just about, you know, when you're in like season and things like that, like how much are you willing to give when you have so much you have to take for yourself. But I mean, me personally, I kind of see it not as like an obligation, but it's kind of like my duty, you know, to you know, like appear and things like that, to go, you know, meet the community and see the people that are here for me, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm a part of the brand and the brand is having something that's going on, it's like I know people know me through the brand, and it's like, why would I not be there? You know, so I definitely see that aspect, but I also see the aspect of, you know, being an athlete in a sport, recognizing that when things get serious, you have to, you know, take the time that you need to do. Like for summer shredding, I flew out to the UK a week out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was crazy. I was like,
but I'm at the same time I'm balancing opportunity and I'm balancing, you know, I know myself. You know, like I know when I go out there, I'm gonna be on plan. Like I'm gonna figure it out. But at the same time, it's like, this was the first time I've been invited to the UK from Gymshark. It's like, how can I say no?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Tough. It's like, so it's like you say no, and then it's like, when the fuck else
is it gonna happen again?
When they can
you
do
know?
that shit
So
again?
like my entire thought process behind that was like, yes, I know I'm so close to my competition, but I know opportunities present themselves for a reason. And it's kind of like why not take that opportunity, take that chance, you know? And you know, and things ended up working, you know. But I know not every opportunity is going to be like that. But yeah, I mean, I just see things sometimes and you're just kind of like, why would you not, you know?
That's interesting. I mean, I didn't know you were a week out. And
it was peak week when I was there.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, I flew in. I got to Houston 2 days before the show.
Oh, hell no.
Yep.
But you know what? Even when you were talking, I started thinking about like early in my journey. I mean, when I was with Alpha League, I was going everywhere. Yeah. And like in the middle of prep and shit like that. And like I remember just like being in those moments, there were shoulders that I brushed against that like I know to this day. Like I've met like a lot of big people in the fitness industry, and they just know me like on a genuine personal level now because I spent those years doing the groundwork like way back when I was first starting. Yeah. Like I remember I went to the UK I was on my bodybuilding prep. I went to the UK. Probably shouldn't have, but I did because I'm like, when the fuck else someone have this opportunity to go to the fucking UK? Like a company's flying me out to go do this shit. I went to Australia the next time. Like I was just there. Yeah. I think I was prepping for something too, but it was like, bro, this is fucking Australia. Like why the fuck not?
Yeah, it's exactly like that. I kind of just see it as, my parents always told me to capitalize on the time that we have, and it's kind of just like, you know, you can put it off with hopes that it'll come again, but you know, how secure is that? Like how you know, how realistic is it that it may happen again? Like, granted, it might, you know, but like if you're able to, and it may take a little bit of extra work, I always see it as like, why not? You know?
I feel like you have to almost balance that tight line. Like when you're first starting, yes, like take every opportunity, put yourself out there, like try to brush shoulders with whoever. Really absorb those moments, but then also too, like when you are digging your feet more into like the individual that you're going to be in the craft that you're going to have, it's like there's power in saying no. Like you have to like lock in because it's that concept of like keeping the main thing. Yeah. You know, you get pulled in so many different directions. Now you're going to start losing sight of like the goals that you had initially.
And I can definitely say that I see in the future, like when that's going to get to the point where it's like, okay, you're going to have to start being more self with your time, especially now. Like you start getting more just in the like kind of a tangent, like you're getting more deals and you're getting more opportunities and things like that. And it's like, it's great to, you know, put your face with a couple of different companies. And it's great to, you know, the money is good and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, when are you going to get to the point where it's like, I'm cool, I'll turn this one down. You know what I'm saying? Like something will happen and be like, nah, I don't want this one.
Yeah, because I would say like where you're at, shit, take all them bitches, like fly out, do all that kind of stuff because you want to maximize. Like you do want to maximize this point in time in your life because as I'm older now, I'm thinking about all those times. that I was younger doing that kind of stuff when I was first starting as an influencer. That shit was dope. Like those are great memories to have.
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna set yourself up, but it's just, bro, when you grow up and like you tell your kids and you tell your homies like, yeah, like, bro, I'm fucking going to Miami on a business trip. Like, I went to the UK on some shit. Like, those experiences are gonna be able to also help you in whatever y'all decide to do going forward.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, all right, I want to start, I want to start a company.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about all the times when I was doing X, Y, and Z. It's like, okay, I like the way they did this. I like the way they did that. I'm not going to do it the way they did that. Like, you get to learn all these things. So I think it's really cool, and I think it's important to put yourself out there early on. But then also too, like it is a tight line.
Yeah. I mean, the funny thing about it is that I've always said, like, working in a career, I wanted to have that career title that traveled. Like, the person that, I'm in a different city every week because of the company taking me here. And then, like, now that I'm able to do that through fitness, it kind of just, like, fulfills that dream for me. And that's kind of the reason why I'm, like, always open to the opportunity, because I know that's what I wanted life to be like. Granted, like, travel be getting, like, tedious sometimes now, you know what I'm saying? But like, I've always been like, I'm just blessed to have the opportunity like to be able to do it. So I'm kind of just like, I'll take them while I can, and like, let me capitalize on it now. And like you were saying, like before, like even just brushing shoulders with certain people, like being in that environment, like I've always like I said, when there's an event going on, I was there. It's just like, you're always there just because you want to be in that environment with people. And now it's kind of different when you're, the one that people are going to see, So it's kind of like a crazy switch in the script where it's like, I used to fly out to events to see certain people and like be in the same, and like, oh, I'm here, like making a video, blah, blah, blah. And now it's kind of just like, now you're the person people coming out to see. Like, it's kind of crazy when you think about it like that.
Damn, you know what? I just realized that this new wave of influencers and like social media people in fitness, they don't experience the Arnold.
No, they didn't.
Damn, that's not a thing for y'all.
Like the Arnold.
So the Arnold Classic, it happens in March.
Yeah.
Bro, the whole fitness industry used to go.
Really?
So let's say like, what? Like, it's like, oh, Arnold's happening?
Yeah.
All right, bet. Like, I'm going to see you at the Arnold. I'm going to see you at the Arnold. Like,
Yeah.
what?
Really?
It's like that place you go and meet up with
Hell yeah.
all your fitness friends on the internet that you follow.
You all go.
Everyone.
Yeah.
All, like, I'm talking about the whole, like,
Arnold himself was there.
yeah, Arnold, like, and so, like, this is how the Arnold, I don't know, like, how old you guys are listening to this or watching this. Bro, the Arnold was, like, the fucking spot. I've been to the Arnold twice, I think. So the way the Arnold structures is big fitness expo.
Yeah.
I mean, you know about the Arnold.
Yeah.
I'm just explaining it. Big fitness expo, right? You have every company in God's green earth
Got a booth.
They have a booth, right? And they're all like trying to flex how much money they got, because it's like the more money you spend on the booth, the more extravagant it's gonna be.
Yeah.
So like, let's say like it's probably like 40 bands for like a big built out spot.
Yeah.
You get all your top athletes, right? And it's almost like you're just trying to see who could have the biggest line type shit. It's like, we got fucking 1,000 people in our queue.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, well we have a line to get in our line. Like, bro, like I'm talking, like, imagine Gymshark, Young LA, what's the company? One Reactive or Honor Reactive?
Yeah.
Honor Active. They're all measuring to see who could have the biggest line, because they have like we have this influencer with us. We have this. It's like, it was all like a dick measuring contest, right? And then on top of that, you have like the other influencers that would just like fly in,
Yeah, just
right?
to be there.
Yeah, and then on some horny shit, like you got the dudes that are like trying to line some shit up, because you know how people, shit. It would be like the creme de la creme, like of fitness.
That was like that's the event.
Like I see you at the Arnold. It's like, I'll see you at the Arnold, like type shit. So y'all don't really. I mean, you guys have the Gymshark Lift, right? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, like Lift.
Yeah,
Lift
Lift
LA and now Lift Miami.
Lift
Yeah,
Miami. Yeah,
Right.
it's about y'all, but I feel like with Arnold, it was like everybody.
yeah.
Like, it was so
I've
weird.
experienced two, because I went to the Olympia 2 years ago.
Olympia is,
And it was like, and that was the biggest one that I've been to.
Yeah,
So that's
not
why,
even-
like, I can understand, because now I know about the Arnold. I know there's a bodybuilding show. I know there's a powerlifting meet. I know there's like strongman and all kind of other things going on. So like now I know, how big it is.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know why it's like not.
It's just not a thing. I think doing things. I think like the pandemic, COVID kind of fucked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
2020, 2019, 2020-ish.
I went.
Yeah.
And nothing was popping.
It was like
Yeah.
it's just different now. And I think like doing like in-person events like with expos is just
Yeah.
dead. I didn't see No, the LA Fitness Expo didn't look too.
I went to the one last year. It was cool.
It was alright.
It was alright. But that's why I said I've never been.
Just
to,
the fact that you saying it was alright.
Yeah, like, but I think there's nothing that's like blown me away. You know, like
Arnold would have
the expos.
I would have been shocked if you said the Arnold wouldn't have blown you away. Because there's like if you wanted to see, let's say like you fuck with someone on social media.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see them, you just wait until the Arnold. You're
Yeah.
like, I'm gonna see you at the Arnold. Just link at the Arnold, whatever.
Yeah.
And there was like this. Which gym? What's the gym, Jamal, that we went to that one time where we was all trained together?
It's Beyond Limits.
Beyond Limits. Yeah, you go to Beyond Limits gym. I swear, there was another gym, but Beyond Limits, and then there's another gym. I swear, like you'd literally be in there. I remember one time I was working out, and then like someone was right next to me. I'm like, holy shit, this person's like right next to me, just training. And that's how like weird it was. And I remember I was walking. I saw Kai Green just chilling.
Yeah.
I was like, hey Kai, like, you know. And then during the Arnold, like Arnold does like this walk like throughout the whole venue. So like everyone stops and then he just walks by and just
that's
he'll just be like this, he'd be like this.
That's low key crazy.
As he's just walking by, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I remember I had a video on my phone, I'm like, oh fuck, it's fucking Arnold or
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, that's crazy,
You
bro.
think it'll ever come back?
It's a great question. I don't know. I think things come in trends.
Yeah.
So like maybe it'll be dead for a couple of years, and then like in-person shit will come back.
Yeah.
I think like what Young LA did with like the expo, like their little mini expo, and what Gymshark is doing.
Yeah.
I feel like it's gonna bring expos back to a certain degree.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The brands are definitely fighting to see who's gonna have the best expo.
Yeah,
for
because
sure.
like they like now I think the popular thing is to show like who could have the biggest and coolest expos.
Yeah.
And then I think someone's gonna come along and unify all of that.
Yeah.
Again, because that's basically what companies are doing now is what they used to do for the Arnold and shit like that. Like everyone would have their own little itinerary. It's like I used to go for have I been with Outfleet before? Probably, maybe. But I remember I went one time with Junk. It was like the headband company
Yeah.
that I used to wear. And I went with them, and like they have like their own itinerary list for like everything, right? But I think companies now, it's like, why the fuck would I spend 40 bands on a just 40 bands like
To go get a booth.
Yeah,
and
to go
have
get a
our own
booth.
thing.
Then on top of that, we got to spend like to get all the athletes out.
Yeah.
It's like, why not just do our own shit? Let's invest like 80 or whatever, how many bands into like our own little venue and have people only come for us because that's gonna be marketing for us.
Yeah.
But I think maybe there will come a time where someone with a shit ton of money will be like, hey,
Gonna have to be, yeah.
who's that dude from Philly? What's that dude's name?
Who, Tony?
Yeah, Tony.
That's my dog, man.
Tony might do some shit
hook
like
it
that.
up, bro.
That motherfucker might just be like,
No,
hey.
but you know, like he definitely have tried like with the grand openings and like bringing
Yeah.
people out. So I feel like it will happen again because, like I was saying, like going to those type of events like kind of allows you to see what the fitness community is and like, you know, meet people and kind of try to like solidify yourself and things like that. So I definitely think it will come back, but
Yeah.
you know, the companies like doing them on their own is like a step in the right direction. I
Yeah.
feel like.
I think it's gonna happen for the next couple of years, and then because I do think it was a cool experience to like do the Arnold. Or, like it's like I'm going to the Arnold this year
Yeah.
type shit, and like you just brush shoulders with like fucking everybody.
Yeah.
you know, that'd be interesting to see y'all. I mean, you guys were kind of doing it like in your own isolated group, like,
Yeah.
going to different locations and
Yeah,
shit like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But imagine that times a million.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you be walking down the street and it's like, nigga, that was Simeon Panda,
Yeah.
bro. Like, why is Simeon Panda in fucking Chipotle right
Yeah.
now? Like, it just throws you off a little bit. But
That's what I'm saying. I think the Olympia was definitely like a smaller scale of
Smaller,
that because
yeah.
it was a big expo because when I went in there, like I remember I seen what's it called, Dark Sport had a house in the middle of the event, and I was just like, I'm looking at different brands. I'm like, okay, no, they trying to outdo them, and you can like
yeah,
tell
yeah.
somebody just is like up here, and then they got like contests and this, and they had a whole gym in the middle, like so yeah.
they be doing
it was
all this type
cool.
of crazy shit.
Fucking rave the last time I went.
Who? Bang?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like,
Bang.
That's crazy.
Bang people scare me, bro. Don't y'all feel like they? No, I don't want to do that on here.
No, yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it might come back. I mean, you looking at all the different companies now, like, yeah, I think that dick measuring shit's gonna come back because they're doing it like isolated.
They are doing it
Yeah.
slowly with the different expos and then or events, and then somebody now they're bringing so and so, and now so and so's an athlete. And this and that. It's just it's been happening for sure under closed door, like behind closed doors, and like it's definitely been a lot of, you know, trying to one up and take what's good and try to do better. And yeah, of course. But that's the industry, right?
It's gonna happen. I feel like that would have been fun to experience like with all of y'all, like seeing like how like you guys would navigate the Arnold. I mean, maybe I'm just like over exaggerating, but when you look at it, it's like the Arnold, and it's weird because the Olympia is all just straight up bodybuilding heads. Yeah, it's like because you're watching the Olympia. Yeah, but the Arnold is like
a sports festival.
Literally, the Arnold Sports Festival. So like you said, CrossFit, bodybuilding, powerlifting, all that type of shit. So
yeah, it's a melting pot, man.
Yeah, they're gonna bring it back. Maybe. I think it's gonna take one of these big ass companies to be like, "Hey, let's unify fitness."
Yeah,
type shit. Okay, so I mean, we're getting down to the line, but I wanted to ask you because I feel like I didn't know Jamal was gonna be here, and I feel like I'm gonna get like tag teamed, but I think I already. I'm not gonna really participate. I just wanted to get your thoughts.
Where is this going?
Greatest basketball player of all time.
It's
LeBron James or Michael Jordan.
It's LeBron. Ramon James Sr. The King.
Bro, I had his nickname. I mean, it had his middle name. The
greatest human to ever touch a basketball in the history of basketball.
We spent Xander's birthday arguing this like old uncles, like at the cookout. Like, no, I told you. Da, 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 da. So, what's your reasoning as to why?
I know you're just gonna go there, but that's the thing about it is like I don't care for the stats and the legacy. Like that's what I'm saying. I ain't
finna argue. I just want
okay.
I want you to put your shit out there. I ain't finna say shit. You got it, bro.
The simple things that I would say is the fact that LeBron has played 4 Hall of Fame careers in one. Okay. In my lifetime, this is obviously like one of the biggest things that you're able to say is like that's the best player that I've seen in my lifetime. So obviously, like I've seen full games, I've seen highlights of Jordan, everything like that. But just the impact and the criticism and kind of the pressure that's been on LeBron that he's been able to succumb to and like fulfill, like that's kind of what just puts him on that pedestal for me, because it's just that the fact that somebody came from such a young age, had the eye on him, like it's gonna be him, and he fulfilled that legacy. And it's like I am him, and I've been him, and everybody's created teams to beat him. And even though somebody else has been better, the talk of the league has still been how he's gonna respond to it. And it's just been so much around it that it's just like it's hard for me to look at somebody else. And granted, somebody gonna bring up how everybody wear Jordans, and like it's a different era, obviously. But I just see LeBron as no matter what era you put him in, he would dominate. No matter what, obviously, team you've put him on. He's played with the best players in the league. He's played with the worst players in the league. And, he's able to bring his team and everyone around him to a level that I feel like solidifies him in that spot. Just because it's just that him as a person and him playing the game is just, there's so much attention and eyes on him, and he brings so much to the sport, especially now that it's like even more worldwide, that it's hard for me to make the argument that just somebody that has more defensive player of the years and more trophies is just just better, but that's why I said I'm not the type of person to go into stats, because I know somebody gonna start bringing up minutes played and points in the playoffs and this and that, and I'm like I don't get into all that, but it's just like a personal.
I don't even be in that bag. Like the way that you described your thoughts on LeBron James is the same way that I would describe Michael Jordan. Like I don't get too much into the stats because, like you said,
that's just stats. Yeah, like people are gonna like what they like, and they're gonna favor what they favor.
Yeah, so. And I think it's also too just impact. Like someone playing a particular sport is going to impact you differently. Than an athlete's going to impact the way you view them differently than another athlete. So it's like LeBron does that for you, right? When I watch LeBron, I don't feel like I'm watching the greatest of all time. That's just me. But then like when I look at Michael Jordan, I look at that shit and just like the way that it was going down, I'm like, God damn, bro. Like we don't have anything like that in our generation. But like I said, I'm not here to argue. I just wanted him to state his point. I see Jamal's over here getting
fuming on the side,
fuming and shit. It's funny because me, Jamal, and Izzy have a group chat. We don't really speak in there. I just be sending it in. I'll see some shit. I'm like, hell yeah. It's like, this is why today's players suck. And I'll send it in the group chat. I'm like, see? I'm like, look at that shit right there.
Man.
Right? But Yeah, and they'll respond
Send it
back.
and just shake
and I'll
up.
look at that. I'll be like,
Anyway, yeah.
I'll be like, go back to whatever the fuck I got going on. But no, I ain't mad at it. I look at it, it's like, how could, like, if you're watching LeBron, it's like you're in your head, you're like, there's nothing that could have ever been better than this. And I understand that. So I'm like, I'm not even gonna trip. Like, I don't really argue.
Yeah.
I only do it because I'll be bored. Like, to be honest with you.
I'll be going like 60% half the time.
That's true. He don't be giving us all, but like yeah.
But
That's part of the argument.
yeah,
It's
because
he waits to the playoffs to go off.
Yeah.
He tries a lot of his.
we not gonna get it.
Yeah, he finna get
Jamal,
to
yeah,
going.
Jamal's getting amped up over here. It's funny because like Jordan, I say Jordan is the.
Highlights.
No, I don't. I seriously
Watch a
don't.
full game with Jordan. Like,
Yep.
he's the greatest ever.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. I don't know it.
Full games if you watch the Jordan.
See, that's why I said.
You know he has.
Bro, you see what happened? You see what happened, bro?
All his good games.
He has bad games.
Bro,
No,
he
no, no, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna send you. No, I'm gonna send you some videos tonight since you want to do this.
I can see you highlights of LeBron and he looks like a god.
When you actually look deeper into Michael, I don't want to do this. I swear, this is the last thing, bro. Because now Jamal's like, look.
He on 10, bro. Man, go ahead, switch me seats, bro.
don't.
Go ahead, hop in, bro.
No, NBA, I do. To get for the workout.
Oh
I mean, when I'm
my
working out, I'll
gosh,
play Michael
bro.
Jordan.
Go home and watch full games of Jordan. Watch his whole career.
I see, yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. Yes.
You watch anime, bro. I see what you. You lying,
I'm not lying.
You're a captain.
I'll say what I do after we get off the podcast. But anyways, yeah, I just think that it hits different people different ways.
Yeah, LeBron does a lot off the court as well.
Yeah,
and he's
fan.
Such a great guy.
I think
person,
LeBron
so.
James is is a top 5 human being of all time. Izzy's quote. Izzy said that we were arguing one time. We were at the gym
All
arguing,
aspects.
and Izzy goes, "LeBron James, top 5 nigga to ever walk this earth," and I was like, "Oh, I'm arguing with someone that."
He got a different level of love.
This level of love cannot be trumped. Like,
Yeah.
this nigga love LeBron James.
So
that much.
you can't. Ain't no reason to even say nothing.
I
bro,
walked
because
away
you're
when he
not
said
changing
that. I was like,
nobody's
oh yeah,
mind.
the argument's done. 'Cause
Yeah.
there's no point of arguing at that point.
That I ain't gonna lie. That's a ridiculous statement, but I can't.
I was thinking about like Martin Luther
You feel
King,
me?
Malcolm X, Barack Obama, and then LeBron's in there, you know. But I feel
That nigga's cool, but
for me, my personal GOAT, the one that resonates with me the most is Kobe. But I understand that Kobe isn't like the GOAT.
Yeah.
But for me, I roll with Kobe. Like
I
I'm
know a
Kobe
lot of
guy.
people say that, but anybody that thinks Kobe is above LeBron in any ranking, you're delusional. But
Yeah, we'll talk off air. Yeah, we'll talk off air.
I hate when people break. People be like, LeBron and Jordan. Be like, what about Kobe? Be like, bro.
But you have to. So like the reason why, look, I've
I'm finna get hella Kobe hate in the comments.
I know, like for me, it pains me. I'm like, okay, I'll say this. I can see why you would put LeBron James over Kobe. But what I don't like is like when LeBron fans are like, Kobe was never the best player in the NBA. Like as LeBron James has been in the league, I'm like, bro, that's not true. That's rewritten. That's what is it? Revised history. If you really look at it, it's revised history. There was a point in time no one was saying fucking LeBron James was the best player in the NBA. Every player was like, it's Kobe Bryant. Coach was like, it's Kobe Bryant. But I feel like there was a media push because of what he did to like take him out of that discussion. And like almost like it's like, let's knock him down a notch because I mean like I mean but that's later in his career. That's later in his career. But that's just my whatever. That's my I didn't want bro, we gonna do like another 2 hours.
Literally it's gonna be nonstop.
Yeah. Cause I already know as we're leaving this, we're gonna start arguing about that shit.
I'm weak.
For sure.
He's gonna stay this.
We're gonna
point,
talk about
that's
it.
all.
We're gonna talk about it Sunday for sure. So, I mean, to close it out, you have KC winning. This,
the Super Bowl or just
let's keep it to this weekend.
keep it to this weekend? Yeah, I got KC and I got Detroit.
You got Detroit?
I got Detroit.
Do you logically have Detroit, or are you just saying that?
I think Detroit is on a historical run and they're gonna keep it up.
You think so?
I think so. And I think San Francisco, the game that they played last week, if they pull out that same performance, it's not going to hold up. And I feel like the Lions have so much, not even pressure, that they don't have any pressure on them right now. And I feel like San Francisco has all the pressure. So because of that, they're going to be playing a lot more just like laid back, and it's going to work out in their favor. I think San Francisco going to be playing very uptight because they're like in a position where they've been said to be the best team in the league, and it's kind of like you have to uphold that. And even like coming off of last week and, the injuries and everything, I think it's going to be close, but I got Detroit taking it.
Yeah, it's tough. If Debo doesn't play, then
That's exactly that's what I'm seeing.
It's gonna be tough. My personal choices, I have Ravens, and then I have Ravens because that defense, bro. Like when I'm watching that defense, them motherfuckers are like they
be playing for real.
They be laying the wood and like, is it Roquan Smith maybe?
Yeah.
What?
I know you're talking.
What, laying the wood? Yeah,
He doubled down.
My fault. Yeah. I said it, and then I was like, yeah, never mind. But is it Roquan Smith, right?
Yeah.
The linebacker, the McQueen, Queen, bruh. That motherfucker hitting. So
I just, bro, being from Kansas City and knowing the Chiefs, I can't not take Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a Patty fan, but man, that's just too much. And then Lamar Jackson. We'll see.
It's gonna be tough. The Ravens is good, man.
The Ravens are really good. They're playing hard. And then with Lions and 49ers.
Yeah.
It literally depends. If Debo plays, I got Niners. If he doesn't play, I got Lions.
And I'm kind of thinking the same thing.
And it's only because the Lions, Crandon is like side-eyeing. It's because the Lions' defense is not good. That's the only reason.
No. What are you watching? I'm about to turn to
They're not good. What?
We gotta start having a crowd camera and a mic, bro. Yeah.
The Bucks suck.
The 49ers defense isn't good if you're looking at comparison.
To who?
They didn't stop the Packers for it. The
Packers are nice. No, the Packers are
good,
nice. Nah, you're tripping.
They're really young, though. Yeah. That's why they lost that game.
No, but
it's a more mature team. They're older, and they know how to play the game.
No, they're
the Lions are a
offensively, Lions are good. No, offensively, Lions are good. Their defense can be had though. That's my problem. No, they're not.
But it's not. You said it was bad. It's not bad.
It's mid. Like it's like literally mid. They're like ranked like 32. They're like 30th on some shit, 23rd. They're good at stopping the run though, which is like a bad matchup for the 49ers.
Yeah.
If Debo's playing though.
No, Ayuk be going crazy. Ayuk be going crazy. Sunday gonna be fun for sure.
It's gonna be a
two
good
like
matchup.
good ass games. So
I personally I want to reiterate because I want to see if I could go 2-0. I have Ravens and I have. Fuck it, we'll do 49ers.
Yeah, I've got opposite, man. I got the Chiefs and I got the Lions, bro. Yeah, I got the Chiefs and the Lions. Chiefs Lions Super Bowl. I don't know. We might have to pull up.
Chiefs and Lions Super Bowl.
That's a crazy.
Remember where we're from.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Would y'all spend the bands to go? Because that's like. I'm not gonna lie, Crandon might have to go because I don't know the next time Detroit don't make it. This is a once in a generation type shit, bro. They've never been like, come on, that's crazy.
I ain't gonna lie, but I feel like, and it's in Vegas too. That's like it's
in Vegas. Oh
yeah. I feel like that's a good reason to go out there, and content would be crazy too. I ain't gonna lie.
That would be.
That'd be hard.
I fuck with Vegas. I know a lot of niggas won't be fucking with Vegas.
Vegas is mid.
Oh, I had another question on that. I was finna.
He's smart to answer.
Bro, I swear to God, bro. There's a question on here. What do you like? Yo, for y'all that don't know, like, bro, Swole, like every description,
picky, man.
everything is like, it was okay, it was mid.
I'm picky, but the thing about it is like, when it comes to food, I promise you could probably name more foods that I don't like than foods that I like.
100%. I remember when you got on Threads, you said, did you say hamburgers were like mid?
I said Hispanic food was mid.
Yeah, man.
I don't really like Hispanic food. I said
you went a lot.
I did go on a tangent.
You went on a lot. And I was like, I'm learning a lot about this nigga. I don't know if I like it.
I went on a tangent. I kind of went crazy. I ain't gonna lie. But I mean, what do I like?
You don't do spicy. You do spicy, right?
Yeah. Okay, love spice. Yeah. But I don't know. That's such a broad question. What do I like? A lot of shit. It's just like, it's specific things.
Yeah.
I like what I like.
Yeah. What do you like? Like,
give me a category then. You know,
Food. What type of food do you like?
food. I like Italian food. I like pasta and stuff. I like seafood. I like chicken. Obviously, I like. I like what else? Like like pasta. I like pizza and stuff like that. Blah blah blah. I like I don't know. I feel like it's easier to say what I don't like.
Did you say that you said American food is lit and then like did you say that? Like you said American food is lit and then like foreign food is not or some shit?
No, I said something along the lines of some outlandish shit like that. But
Okay,
like,
yeah. You said like
I think I said something about like I would much rather eat like these lists of foods than like something
yeah.
else.
I was like,
yeah. I don't know. I don't know, bro. Like I don't know. I like food that tastes good. If it tastes good, it's for me, bro.
all right, okay. So then what type? Okay, so restaurants that you actually like in Houston.
In Houston, Steak 48. That shit was. Went to Steak 48 for the first time, bro.
Yeah.
Top tier experience I've ever had in my life, bro. From the valet to the table, they served the plates to us. They put the steak on the plate. Damn near should have cut the steak too. Took the sides out the little bowls, put them on the plate. Said, "Would you like more?" I said, "No, I'm good." Came back after, gave us lavender warm towels, to wipe your hands off with. Put what's it called? Boxed the food up for us. Put it under our bag. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, it was a top tier experience. So called the next day to say, I just wanted to call and make sure you had a good experience. And I was like,
Man,
it was
They
good.
trying to take your money.
Man,
Look,
it was okay. All right, so Steak 48.
Okay.
I like Joey Uptown. I like Juliet. Cool Runnings, the Jamaican food, fire.
that was that.
Yeah, the
caterer for your. Oh
that
my
shit
god,
we've been back
That
like
shit
4
was
times since.
Crazy.
That shit was fire. What else? Traveler's Table was
Oh,
good.
y'all went?
Yeah, we
Did y'all
went
go for dinner or
for dinner, but it was like that Houston Restaurant Week thing, so they had like a limited menu, but it was still
Oh,
good.
shit, okay.
That was cool. Where else have we been?
We hated Morton's.
Morton's was terrible.
Morton's is terrible.
That was horrible.
I hated the bungalow.
I liked Bungalow. She just don't like what's it called? She don't like she said her steak was too salty. I liked the Bungalow. Bungalow was cool though.
Yeah.
I like the food at Prospect is cool. Sorta. It's I guess.
I'm gonna send y'all a restaurant. It's called Doris Metropolitan.
Yeah.
Really nice.
That's okay. Okay. We'll try
Me
that.
personally, it's one of the best. It's the best steak that I've had.
Really?
Personally, me personally.
I used to think where did I say?
Joey.
I think I had got the best steak from Joey.
Joey Uptown,
Yeah.
man,
Bro,
Nah,
I'm telling
hell
you, bro.
no,
I've had a lot of steaks, bro. I went to Joey Uptown and I had, but granted, I was on prep and I was on. It was for my birthday,
Bro, yeah.
So it might have fucked my taste buds up. But
I'll say-
the steak at bro, what? Shit.
I like Joey Uptown, but Joey Uptown is a Cheesecake Factory.
No, I can't give you that
Alright,
one.
okay.
I can't give you that one.
It's a little better than Cheesecake Factory, bro.
You taking a girl to Cheesecake Factory on the first date?
No. If I'm no, I'm not.
I didn't even know I tried to go there, bro.
It's just I was defending cheesecake because I eat a fuck ton of Cheesecake Factory. I would never take if I was serious, I would never ever in my life take a girl to Cheesecake.
I went there for the first time like a couple months ago.
What?
I had never been.
To IKEA for the first time.
Oh yeah, I went to IKEA for the first time.
That's
like 2
different.
days
I don't
ago.
like stepping in IKEA.
Why?
It's just too much going on, bro. It's so big.
It was cool. It was all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had cheesecake for the first time the other day. I'm telling you, like I'm
Damn.
like a kid.
Oh shit! Did you like the Whataburger experience? Did y'all do it or not?
bro, no, that shit was horrible, bro.
I was mad.
Like we went.
All right, guys, that was episode number 29 of the Better Take podcast. Appreciate you guys here. Are you for real? Y'all ain't
Bro,
fucking with
I'm
it?
telling you what we had. We had the honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich.
Okay, yeah.
We had that. We had whatever combo you told us to get.
I think we
Bro,
tried
that
bad.
shit
I
was
think it was
mid.
like,
I was eating. And we was just like, there's no way Russ told us to go get this. We didn't get the honey.
butter
Yeah,
chicken?
we didn't try that. But like the other two things, I was just like, nah, bro.
Damn, that shit hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's like one of my. That's like a cultural thing in Texas, bro. You don't.
From the minute I came down here, bro, I tried it for the first time. I was like, this can't be it. I was like, this can't be what people. They built one in Kansas City. It's a line a mile long.
Oh, for real? They got one in Kansas City?
Yeah, they just put one up there. I was like, there's no
They built
way.
that for Patrick.
Man,
He from Texas, so he's like, I need a fucking Whataburger one.
man, I had it, and I was like, this can't be it, bro.
Damn, dog. That shit hurt.
I don't know. It's a lot of things I don't like, bro.
I know.
I'm just a tough critic, but if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
like it, that means it's good, bro.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. All right.
I don't know. If I say I like the food, I'm damn near Keith Lee.
Yeah, cause I mean you're big on food, so I'm gonna send y'all some spots to
Yeah.
try out. date night ambiance type shit. It's like really good.
I'm definitely trying to like find some more places out here because everybody says like the Houston food scene is like
good.
yeah. So I want to.
Shit, Keith Lee rated that shit 9.
He did
9.7 out of 10 or some shit like
Yeah,
that. So.
it's like top 3 or like number 2 or something.
I mean, Houston is a food. It's like a foodie city, like a motherfucker, bro.
I realized though, like we went to like the food truck park for the first time.
Which one?
It was across the street from a Whataburger. That's all.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
That's all I remember.
Is it like halal or some shit like that? Like it's like
there was.
They had like Crypto Burger.
Yeah, that one, like the Berea place. There was like a
Mad Dog hot dogs or some shit. Did y'all see that or something?
Bun Slut was over there. Yeah.
Food. Yeah, Houston has a lot of good food. Just hit that TikTok.
That's what. Yeah, I'm about to. But they be lying on TikTok too. When they tried some food, they said on TikTok, they was like, "This is the best burger I've ever had in my life." She was ass, bro. Like,
you can't. You got to. So like, once you develop that eye, I mean, you worked in a restaurant and shit like that. Once you develop that eye, you can see like, whenever people are showing the food, I'm like looking for the background. I'm like, how's the like ambiance look or whatever? Because people never really comment accurately about that type of shit.
The problem with Houston is every time you go to look at a few review, everybody talking about drinks. They be like, and the drinks were bro, tell me about the food.
So
bro.
okay. So before we close out, you don't drink at all, drink or smoke, right?
I don't drink or smoke. I will say that like I taste like mixed drinks and I'll like order mocktails and things like that here and there. But like no, I don't like drink. I don't take shots. I don't like.
Yeah. You don't do any of that shit. I remember like sometimes you be out with us. I'm like, yo, let's take a shot. You be like,
nah,
okay,
cool.
Yeah, I mean, when I was your age, bro, like I was so hard on like I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do none of that shit, like da da da. But now, like as I've gotten older, I'll have a mixed drink at dinner, and then now I'll drink too. But I don't know. I'm not like in love with drinking. That's not like my thing.
I think the thing for me is just that like I understand how people say they want to get loose and like have fun and things like that, but it's just like I can't get over the taste. That should be nasty, bro. And it's just like people be like,
even mixed drinks. You're like,
yeah,
nah.
they be sometimes they be cool, but it's just like I love to be like I'm cool how I be. Like I'll be vibing, I'll be in my state. You know what I'm saying? But then it's just like people be like, oh, I ignore the taste, bro. Just take it, just drink it. Just be like,
No, that's
like no, bro.
When people, I don't be on that type of shit. It's like
no.
it tastes nasty, just ignore it. It's like nah.
No, bro.
So like at dinner, like if I'm at a dinner, like a nice ass dinner, I get a cool drink. If it tastes great,
I
mean, obviously you want a drink that tastes great, right?
Yeah.
That's the point. You don't want to be drinking no nasty shit at dinner.
Yeah.
So it's like, if it tastes great, you're drinking and you're like, bro, I feel like on fucking, I think one of my lines, like whenever I feel it, I'm like, bro, I'm floating right now. Bro, I can feel it right now. I feel.
Bro, y'all don't feel that?
It's just me? Am I the only one that feel that?
I'm like, this shit is hidden, but it creates like this nice, it helps with the ambiance or whatever. Yeah. But it's almost like, when people make that joke, it's like, drink a little bit more and I'll sound a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Like we was at that restaurant in Miami.
Yeah.
I was cool. Like I was like pretty lit. And I'm like, this feels good. Like I felt like more inclined to just like relax and enjoy the moment versus like you're hyper focusing on certain shit. When, like you're.
That's why, like, I understand it. Like, I understand. It's just not. It's just not for me. That's all. It's not for me. Yeah, like that's what I said. I get it. Like, or there's like another personal reason about it. It's just like I've dealt with like alcoholism and stuff in my family, so like that's another reason I steer away from it.
Yeah, if people get into that bag,
so,
never mind.
Yeah,
shit, goddamn.
Like,
my fault. You got it.
I've seen it. Like, I'm good.
Shit, my bad, G. But before we end this podcast, what do you want to kind of like instill going forward for yourself? Like, what are some things? Actually, that's a 2-point question because I wanted to ask, like, what do you want going forward?
Yeah.
And then what are some things that you're proud of so far in your journey?
Definitely say that so far that I'm proud of just like where I've come and like even being so young and doing what I'm doing now and seeing the rewards of like putting my life out there, and what's come from that. Like I'm just proud of what I've been able to create, and I'm just happy that, things have lined up in my life and I'm blessed enough to be in this position and do these things that I'm doing right now. And just, taking the time to look back and say like a couple months ago, a couple years ago, you would look at the position you're in now and like not even imagine that would be possible, and to kind of just seeing that and being content and happy with that to actually just live in the moment sometimes. And like, I'm just happy that I've been able to do that, especially here of late. Like I've put the camera down and I've kind of just reaped, what I've sowed, I've really just been living in the fact that like, yo, you've done so much and you're here and just like take some time to really enjoy it, before you keep working, because you work hard, like, and that's what I would say that I'm proud of, that I've gotten to this point. I'm proud of like the community that I've built. I'm proud of, the support system that I have. I'm proud of just like the minds I've been able to touch, and the people that I've been able to tap in with like along this journey, and it's been really fulfilling, just because like I'm content to say that what I do, I love to do, and I love to do the content, the coaching, the bodybuilding, everything that I'm able to, put my touch on. Like, I love being in the space that I wouldn't change a thing about it. Like, I wouldn't change how I got here. I wouldn't change the position I'm in now, and I wouldn't change what's coming in the future, But yeah, just moving forward, I would just say like the main thing is just to stay true to you, because at the end of the day that, you see a lot of things going out there. You see a lot of things that you may want for yourself, and you see a lot of things that, you could potentially think that could be for you. But, recognize that, what's for somebody else will be for them, and what's for you will be for you. And like so many things have happened in my life where I've recognized that I've tried to force it. And it's like I've tried to, get the car and it wasn't my time and I didn't get approved and do things like that. And it's like, recognize that when it's your time, like things will be smooth and it'll happen for you, and just be true to yourself, and be happy with the person that you are. Like, I don't ever want to look back on the stuff that I do and think that, who is that guy? Like, I can't see myself doing that, or I have to, put on a persona or a facade when I get in public, because I have to uphold an act that I've been putting out online. Like, I'm happy that, everything that I do and everything that I put out is me. And that's why when people come talk to me, when people, pick my brain about certain things, they see that I show me through my content, and I'm the same person in real life. And you can come up to me and have a conversation with me, and I'll give you the same time of day, because, I understand that support is what got me here, and I'll never take that for granted. I'll never take for granted the fact that I know that I've been put in this position because of the people that support me, and because of the people that choose to use my code or, engage with my content and like really just pour into me. And that's why I'm just like blessed to be in the position that I'm in now, because at the end of the day, like everything here is not, it's not given. It's obviously it's always worked hard for, but it's not, what's it called? It's not for certain, and it's not guaranteed, and just being here, being able to live in the moment and just reap what I've created and continue to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm just like blessed to be here. So moving forward, I just kind of try to, continue what I'm doing and continue to do it on even a much greater level. Like, I'm graduated now, I'm here, I've moved, and that's exactly what I told myself I wanted to do. So now that I am here, like, really capitalize on the moment. Like, this is what you wanted for yourself, and now that you have it, like, don't just take it and sit on it, like really take what you have and go to the next level, because this chapter in your life right now is kind of just a space that I'm using to figure out what's going to be next for me. And I always foresaw this as what I wanted for my future, and now it's time to really build that. So now that I'm here, just like, continue to not be stagnant, really capitalize on the time that I've have, and understand that you came here for a reason. And granted, like, it's fun to, live in the moment and things like that, but really do the things to solidify yourself in this state, because this is what you always wanted. So
yeah, I feel like, I mean, shit, that was a beautiful answer. I feel like like being able to see things, like, from my perspective, I'm excited to see like what you do going forward. I've been a big champion of you for like ever since I saw you. I remember like second I saw you, I was like, yeah, that nigga got it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So I just want you to keep building, keep growing, keep the right type of mindset when it comes to all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked about it at dinner and like just being around each other, but I know like great things are gonna happen, and I just want to keep like pushing you in the right direction, and because I know you're gonna get there.
No,
so.
thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I remember like literally just from walking into Corrupted, and then we were like as a group, and then all of a sudden we're off on the side talking about like what could be and everything like that. And it's like, so
yeah,
it's been a long time coming for sure.
Yeah, it's cool because it's like we have that talk, and like shit, it's like don't.
Yeah.
I'm like yep. And it's just like I'm gonna keep breathing light and like energy into it, because I know it's gonna keep happening. Like, I
appreciate that.
It's right there. I just see the play right there. I'm like, yeah, check. You got that one. All right, bet. Now it's like on to the next level. So
yeah, I
let's
appreciate
keep it up,
that.
man.
No,
Keep
thank
it
you
up.
for sure.
Yeah, this was like a big episode. A lot of people wanted you. Like, it's like anytime it's like
it's been a long time coming, man.
Yeah. I was like, anytime we were trying to do it, I was like, nah, this ain't right. Like, this time is too close.
I think the time is perfect now, though, because things have like really settled down, and any time before would have kind of been let's forcing it into a schedule. Now that I've graduated and gotten down here full time, and like I'm able to really sit back and reflect and like be able to talk about my experiences and everything. Like, so I agree.
Oh yeah, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you for having me, man.
That's episode number 29. How deep we get in this one?
240.
God damn, for real? Shit.
Fucking camera batteries all done.
I see you took the one off.
Yeah,
so
I was
that's
like,
over with.
I was like, oh shit. Okay, shit. Let's close this out because I think we only have this hoe until 9, right? Yeah. Oh shit. Yeah, she's like, hey, bro. All right, so thank you guys so much for tuning into the podcast. Like always, you guys like, oh shit, I was about to close the show like my YouTube video. Nah, hell no. If you guys want to follow Swole on this shit, it's gonna be
SWOLE Ricketts on everything.
on everything. Yeah. So appreciate y'all tuning in. That's episode number 29. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.